Dean is batting .484, 31 of 64, 12 home runs, 36 RBIs. The left-handed hitter takes the first pitch, lifts a high fly ball. This is to center field, and that ball is gone. She did it last week in the first inning. She does it again tonight here in Garnavillo. Dean with her 13th home run, and NFE leads 3-0. 2-1 pitch to Ostrander, high fly ball. This is to left field. Going back and giving chase, it's going to be Batterson. It is over her head, over the fence. It is gone. A 2-run home run to left field. Audrey Ostrander with her first home run of the season. And the Eagles strike back. 7-2 our score. 1-0 pitch, and here's a high fly ball, and this is gone. This is to straightaway center field, and it hits the trees on a bounce in deep center field. A 2-run blast, and I mean a blast hit by Schrader. Her 4th home run of the season, and it's 9-2 NFV in the lead. Schrader lifts a high fly ball. This is to left field, and this was another bomb hit as it one-hops the trees to straightaway left field. Schrader with her 2nd home run of the ballgame, another towering shot, and it's 12-6 North Fayette Valley in the lead. Bouncing ball, that's to the second baseman Donnelly, bobbles it, picks it up, fields it to the first baseman Schrader, underhands it there, and Reimer retired for the 3rd out of the inning, and that does it for the Eagles. No runs, no hits, they leave a runner. It is North Fayette Valley staying among the conference leaders. North Fayette Valley defeats Clayton Ridge by a final score of 13-5. The best baseball and softball action is on KEDR. It's Tri-Rivers Baseball today on KEDR. In our featured matchup, Edgewood-Colesburg is at Starmont. The Vikings are a very young team, and as expected, they've been a bit up and down. They hope to close out the final week of the regular season on the upside. For Starmont, another step forward this season. This club has had great pitching and solid hitting. They look to sweep the Vikings. We'll bring you Game 1 of 2 with Edco and Starmont. Today's On Deck show coming up next on KEDR AM 1400 and FM 96.7.
Top Gun Customs knows that the insurance company wants you to do all the work for them. They want you to download the app, take the pictures, upload them, then they want you to accept the paltry check they think will repair your vehicle. No, no, no. Top Gun writes an accurate estimate, takes the photos, and explains the repair process to you. Let Bob and the guys take all the worries out of your repairs. Call Bob or Nancy at 563-964-9899 at Top Gun to schedule your repair today.
Hey sports fans, take a time out and call Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owners Brian Buchenhagen and Michael Beck, along with their staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
We are happy to announce we are once again performing cataract surgery right here at home. This is Jessica Jones, surgery supervisor. We welcome Dr. Cancel from Gunderson, who performs this surgery monthly at our local surgery suite and holds consultations at Gunderson Eye Clinic, Waukon. Dr. Cancel is a wonderful addition to our surgery team, and we're so happy he's here. Call us today for more information.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what they do at Clayton Drug, now offering free delivery of prescriptions to the Monona area. To find out more, call 563-245-2530. Clayton Drug can help you transfer your prescriptions quickly and easily to their pharmacy. Clayton Drug is committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve all in between.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you're in need of a new or used vehicle, or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors, where we've been selling cars the old-fashioned way, with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Walk On.
Viking Stars Baseball is brought to you in part by Evans Chiropractic, Community Insurance with offices in Edgewood and Delhi, Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Delhi, Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, Springville, and New Vienna, member FDIC and equal housing lender, Blooms Flowers Gifts and more in Edgewood, Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living, Northeast Iowa Sub Drains in Strawberry Point, and Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland. We begin the On Deck show for today's game. We're joined by Edco baseball coach Aaron Hammond. Coach, your team dropping a decision to Easton Valley, 6-3, the final score there. You're 4-14 overall. That makes you 1-9 in the conference. Tell me about that game.
Yeah, that was a well-played game by our guys. We've got a very young team, and I thought, they really played their best baseball. We still had some errors in the field, which came back to bite us, but I was really proud of their approach to the game, both offensively, defensively on the mound. So it showed that we've been growing throughout the year, but it was a tough loss for them, and they took that pretty hard, coming up just a little bit short. All
right, let's talk about this team individually. You mentioned, I think you have, 8 freshmen, 4 sophomores, something like that. Let's talk about who are some of the kids that are contributing.
Yeah, we're a young team. We've got one senior in Price Rochford, and he's been battling injury, but we're led by a couple of freshmen. Jack Steger kind of leads the way for us offensively, and on the mound he does a great job for us. And Carter Knipper is another freshman. He's another great guy on the mound, another great guy in the lineup. But you go up and down our line, and we're just loaded with youngsters. Like you said, we start mostly freshmen and sophomores. We did have an 8th grader on the team. He got hurt, so the core of our team are those young guys, and they bring everything they can night in and night out. They're young, they're trying to improve, and we've seen that grow throughout the year.
All right, let's talk about pitching-wise. Who do you look to throw against Starmont?
We're probably going to throw Carter Knipper. We're looking at the end of the week, on Saturday, having to play South Winneshiek and wanting all of our guys to have the max number of pitches, and with Carter and Jax both being freshmen, they're limited to 150 pitches this week. So we may split time between those, but I think Carter Knipper's going to get the start for us. Tall, lanky kid, throws a nice off-speed pitch, so we think he's going to give us a great chance on the hill just to keep Starmont a little off balance.
All right, speaking of the Stars, what do you know about them?
I've heard they've got pitching for days. They've got great guys on the mound, some guys who are great strikeout guys, pitch-to-contact guys, but no shortage of guys who can pitch. So we're going to have to, get on them early, try to get into somebody else if we can, or, take opportunities on the base paths. But I think the key for us tonight is to keep them off of the base paths. With both the pitching and defensively, we can't have those timely errors like we've had in games past. We got to play clean defensively. I think they're going to try to take advantage on the base paths. Keegan Stelkin does a nice job for us trying to control runners, and both of our pitchers that we'll see tonight try to control those runners, but we just need to keep them off the bases to begin with and keep it a low-scoring ball game if we want to be in it.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
All right, thanks, Dan. I
yes,
appreciate it.
Edco baseball coach Aaron Hammond on his Viking program. The On Deck show continues after this. Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, living. So give your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer in both Guttenberg and Monona, a call. You can reach Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. That's 563-252-2471. They can help you and your family be good at life.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579. Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular, security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Contact Julie Depke, agent at 205 South Main Street in Elkader or call 563-245-2366.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today. Viking Stars Baseball is brought to you in part by J&J Land Solutions in Edgewood, Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agent, Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Furniture Showcase in Allwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments, and Car Auto Group online at karautogroup.com. We continue the On Deck show for today's game. We're joined by Starmont baseball coach Vinny Odeffer. Coach, your team now 12-5, 5-3 in the conference. Dropped a non-conference decision to Cascade 5-3. Tell me about that game.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Cascade's a great ball club. I think we got to the bottom of the sixth. We were up 3-0, playing a pretty good baseball game, and we had Jax Thomason on the mound. He was pitching a great game. He had quite a few guys getting on base, but was doing a great job with runners on, and we were toughing it out, getting out of the innings when we needed to. We got to that bottom of the sixth inning, and the wheels, I guess, sort of came off, and they hit the ball really well. So they got a few guys on base, and then after that, they had a few big hits and knocked some guys in, and then after that, we had the top of the seventh, and we had Jack Toll got on with a double, but we couldn't move him around. So that's how that one went. But that was a tough one to lose. A good reminder on how to play the whole game. But the team responded well after that. But that's never easy, a tough loss like that.
All right, now let's talk about this team offensively. Number of kids contributing for you offensively.
Yes, we got 1 through 9 our batting order. Me and Coach Raber talk about how we really like it. We feel like anywhere we're at in the lineup that we're confident that the guy can get the job done. But Jack Toll has done a great job hitting the ball. He's started the season a little slower than he would have liked, but we knew he'd come around, and he's a guy that's really heated up lately. Jace Thomason has done a great job in our cleanup spot. Elliot Francis has done a great job. He has a lot of doubles this year and moves guys around, along with our one guy from West Central, Milton Cushion, has done a great job. He's hitting the ball hard, moves guys around, and when guys get on, it's nice to have him there in that spot behind him to push them around and knock them in. But all 1 through 9, everybody's done a great job, especially when the time comes for them. They get the job done when we need them to.
All right, let's talk about pitching-wise. Who's throwing game 1 for you today?
Our senior, Jace Thomason's going to start game 1, and he's done a great job this year. we've used a lot of pitchers, but Jace is somebody that we know can throw strikes for us, and he keeps our defense involved in the game, and we really like that. So tonight will be senior night against Edco, so we're going to start him out in game 1, and we'll see how it goes. We might use him a little bit in game 2 too as well. We play tomorrow night, so this will be kind of a by committee tonight for pitching.
All right, now turning our attention to Edco, what do you know about the Vikings?
Well, they got a good coach, and they got a lot of good ball players. They're a little young. They're kind of like us, but they're going to be tough. Same thing with they can hit the ball really well 1 through 9, and they can hit the ball hard. So, we're going to have to make sure that we keep the ball down on them and get outs when we can. And like I said, pitching through committee, so we're going to have to make sure that we throw strikes and we're not giving any free bases. But they're a good ball club. They played a lot of good competition and good coaching, so it's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good senior night.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you in between games.
Thanks, Dan.
You betcha.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
You betcha. Starmont baseball coach Vinny Odeffer talking things over about our Stars program. The On Deck Show continues after this.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Scooter's Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooter's Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooter's Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooter's Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooter's Coffee in Manchester.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People State Bank. People State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right, 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People State Bank, member FDIC.
The doctors and staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local baseball and softball teams and enjoy the weather and get your kids' summer checkups with Dr. Jessica Wilkie, Dr. Chase Bruner, and Dr. Daphne Hoffler. Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. Call today to schedule 539-4651.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Brought to you by locally owned and operated NEAT, proudly providing high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light to businesses and homes in Northeast Iowa. NEAT also provides computer and network services as well as business phone system sales and service. For more information, visit NEITEL.com or call 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now. Edgewood Auto and Towing is an automotive repair shop, tire dealer, and 24/7 towing service. We offer full service work on all autos and semis. Our highly skilled mechanics provide quality workmanship and will get you back on the road in a timely manner. Check out our current tire rebates by calling 563-928-7333 or stopping in to Edgewood Auto and Towing for complete terms and conditions.
Viking Stars Baseball is brought to you in part by Rivals Inc. Custom Gear, Screen Printing, Embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. Bacon Concrete in Postville. Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah. The Lowena Savings Bank, member FDIC. Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader. Clayton County Recycling of Monona. Myers Auto Service in Monona. TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, and by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door. Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? Dan Behrens along with Coach Mike Sass. We welcome you to Starmont, and it's Tri-Rivers baseball this afternoon. It's our regular season finale for baseball, and today Tri-Rivers rivals meeting as Starmont takes on Edco. The Stars come in looking to finish there at 7-3 in the conference, as they still have a non-conference game coming up there before they get into the postseason. They play Alburnett in conference games. Meanwhile, for Edco, they are 4-14, 1-9 in the conference. This is their final doubleheader for them in conference play. Let's talk about this matchup. Let's start with the Vikings, a young team.
Yeah, extremely young team. I believe they have one senior, one junior, and the rest underclassmen. A lot of talent there, I think, from that freshman class especially, but really young team, looking to improve, looking to get better every day.
And for Edco, the good news is Price Rochford will be hitting in this ball game tonight. Now, he's played much of this year, but he's really been only a defensive player playing first base. This stretches back to a basketball injury, and then as it, the broken ankle, as it recovered, they realized there's a tendon there that's an issue as well, but they knew at some point that he was hoping to get him available. He's had 19 at-bats this year, 11 of 19 hitting-wise. But for Edco, they've been playing much of the season without your top pitcher, without your top hitter.
Yeah, he's really important to that team. It's good that he stuck it out and played first base even when he couldn't hit. He's a leader for that team, an outstanding player. So yeah, anytime you can get at-bats from him, that's a huge bonus for your team.
And as far as the offense, though, Jack Stagger is a youngster having a great year, batting .482.
Yeah, he kind of makes them go top of the order there. Their first three to five hitters are pretty solid, and then they really need to try to get some more from the bottom of their lineup. I think
that's been the story for them. And again, it's never good to be young, but it's never good to be young in the Tri-Rivers Conference as well, which makes things a little more tougher. As far as pitching-wise, in this ball game tonight, you'll probably see a couple of different pitchers, but Carter Knipper will start on the mound. Now, Knipper, this will be his sixth start. He's 1-3, has thrown 24 innings, giving up 42 hits, 26 earned runs, has walked 11 and struck out 20, but the numbers have been better as of late. But his job here is to kind of split the pitching duties, get him midway through this ball game if he can.
Yeah, I know you mentioned there's some different rules for youngsters pitching, so they want to make sure they've got all their arms for the end of the week, so they're probably going to mix up their pitching a little bit, have a bunch of guys just throw a couple innings tonight.
Yeah, so that's, again, they want everybody, and especially there's different rules for 8th graders and for freshmen, so freshmen can only throw 150 pitches in the course of an entire week, and obviously that would run from Sunday through Saturday. And of course, Edco plays Southwind coming up on Saturday night in the first round of the tournament. They also have North Fayette Valley to close the regular season. Let's talk about the Stars. They come in 12-5, 5-3 in the conference. This team feels like they can play with anybody, and they did so, proving it against North Lynn.
Yeah, they're having a really great season. Anytime you can sweep North Lynn, especially in these last few years where they've really kind of had a machine down there, that shows what this team can do.
And this is a team that just has two seniors in Jace Thomason and Nick Wilfong. Both of them having certainly solid years. They're both in double-digit RBI-wise, but their leading hitter as well this season is Jack Toll. He's a junior batting .354.
Yeah, another fairly young team. Obviously, two pretty important seniors there, but another fairly young team who's just really come along and had a really great season.
The big strength of this team, though, is pitching. This is a rare team in high school to have 7 arms that are really quality arms. This is what's going to give them a chance in any tournament game.
Yeah, it's nice to be that deep in your rotation. Like you said, we don't see that often, especially 1A, 2A level, but they've got a pretty deep bullpen that they can go to if they need to.
And being that Jace Thomason is a senior, he'll get the start in this ball game tonight. This will be his actually second start, but he's thrown 13 innings, allowed just 6 hits, 2 earned runs, walking 9 and striking out 6, so he has an ERA of 1.05. As a team, Starmont has an ERA of 1.98. Impressive.
Yeah, that's some really quality pitching right there. He shows you why they were able to sweep North Lynn.
And for Starmont, of course, we mentioned they play Alburnett to close the regular season on the 1st. That's tomorrow, home with Alburnett. Then they play North Fayette Valley in the first round Saturday night in the postseason. They'll actually host North Fayette Valley, and then they will face Sumner Fred if they advance against North Fayette Valley, and a Sumner Fred team who Starmont, by the way, beat 2 years ago, and many of those kids still back. Those are very similar teams if that matchup works out.
Yeah, that could be a really good game if the bracket holds and those two teams end up playing each other.
All right, let's set the lineup. First off for the Vikings, Jack Stagger, the shortstop, bats leadoff. Carter Knipper is the pitcher. He'll bat second. Price Rochford, the first baseman, bats third. Dace Arthur is the center fielder. He'll bat cleanup. Keegan Stelkin, the catcher, bats fifth. Brady Tyne, the third baseman, bats sixth. Connor Balls is the right fielder, batting seventh. Mark Perrinjacket, the left fielder, bats eighth. Jorge Blanco is the DH. He bats in the number 9 spot. Blanco, the only junior on this roster, gives him a second leadoff hitter. He's DHing for Talon Mormon, who is the second baseman. There's your lineup for the Edco Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Starmont Stars, let's run through their lineup, and it's Starmont West Central baseball, actually, so we'll try to keep on track of that tonight. Milton Cushion, speaking of West Central, he's from West Central. He is their leadoff hitter playing right field for Starmont West Central. Jack Toll, the catcher, bats second. Wyatt Opitz, the left fielder, bats third. Jace Thomason is the pitcher. He'll bat cleanup. Elliot Francis, the first baseman, bats fifth. Nick Wilfong, the shortstop, bats sixth. Caden Baumgartner, the third baseman, bats seventh. Batting eighth, Hudson Popham, the second baseman. And batting ninth is Jax Thomason, who is the center fielder. Again, this is a team that does not play with a DH. Let's talk about keys in this ball game. Let's start first off for Edco.
Yeah, for Edco, you've got a young team. I think you need to get some confidence early. See if you can get a few hits, maybe get a run or two early. That'll really help the confidence and maybe put a little bit of pressure on Starmont.
And for Starmont in this ball game here, we know what they're going to do pitching-wise, but can their offense continue to be good enough for them to advance?
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key for Starmont. Obviously all season it has been, and it will be if they can make a tournament run. They're going to get solid pitching. Are the bats going to be there? Are they going to be able to score a few runs?
And usually, by the way, these teams have played some really good baseball games through the years. They've been really competitive. But this matchup tonight, Starmont will obviously be the team there that would be considered the favorite in this matchup tonight. Edco also defensively, you need strikes. That's going to be the big thing for them, but they have got to make the plays defensively. That's what kind of has cost them. They've given up some big innings defensively.
Yeah, especially a young team. We talk about every week, it seems how important in baseball and softball it is to make those routine plays, but especially when you have a young team, you definitely need to make those routine plays.
They have 54 errors in 18 ball games, so that tells you right there we're averaging about 3 errors a ball game. It works out exactly to 3 errors a ball game, which a lot of times leads to those bigger innings. The other thing is, as far as walks and strikeouts tonight, they need to have those numbers down as far as walk-wise. They've actually walked more batters than they have struck out. They have walked 97 batters in basically 100 innings, and they have, so basically you're talking about a walk-in inning, and they have struck out 92. So just about 1 strikeout per inning, and obviously that's averaging up to giving 6-7 walks a ball game. You just can't do that.
Yeah, those free base runners, walks and errors, you're letting guys on for free that didn't really earn it. So if you clean those up, you've got a really good chance to be in this game if you're Edco.
There's lots of black and yellow on the field tonight. The Vikings wearing their black vest, and thankfully because they got the yellow shirts underneath, and they have the gray pants. Meanwhile, for Starmont, the Stars will be wearing their home yellow jerseys with the black pants for this ball game tonight. We're located down the right field line. The wind actually, and it's always windy here at Starmont, but it's going to be a problem for hitters tonight.
Yeah, it's blowing in from right field decently. Not super strong, but it is definitely blowing in from right field. So all those home runs we saw in the softball game last week, I don't know if we'll see any of those tonight.
Yeah, this field, 320 down the lines, left and right, 330 to straightaway center. A little bit of softness along the right field line.
Yeah, I wonder how they're going to play that. It looks like, if you're playing golf on that field, it'd be casual water, but hopefully no balls get into that little area there.
It rained here a little harder last night, and the area received more rain than a lot of areas elsewhere. So that's the starting lineups. We'll be back with the opening pitch with Edco and Starmont. You're listening to High School Baseball from KEDR Sports.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit Real Farmers, Real Food, realmeat.com.
For generations, local farmers have trusted Freedom Bank to provide the financial backing they need to succeed. We have a long tradition of empowering success, and that continues today. We offer competitive financing options at competitive rates, whether for equipment purchases, building construction, land purchases, or operating capital. Visit one of Freedom Bank's experienced ag loan professionals in Elkader, Monona, Postville, and Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Robertson.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Brown's family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Brown's family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Brown's is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
Hey sports fans, take a time out and call Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owners Brian Bugenhagen and Michael Beck, along with their staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
Top Gun Customs knows you can fill the deer tag well out of season. If you've tagged that prize buck, pull up to the stoplight at Top Gun in Garnavillo. That's it. Bob and his technicians have been repairing vehicles for over 45 years. We write the estimates, take the photos, and deal with the insurance company for you to ensure your vehicle is repaired quickly and, most importantly, safely. We also have free loaners or rental vehicles. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun to schedule your repair today. 563-964-9899.
Are you wanting to eat better, feel better, get your weight or other numbers under control, and need someone to hold you accountable? This is Brandy Strube, registered dietitian with Veterans Memorial Hospital. I welcome consultations with patients of all ages and look forward to helping you meet your nutritional goals. Please call the hospital to set up an appointment or ask your doctor for a referral at your next visit.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
Viking Stars Baseball is brought to you in part by Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena. Member FDIC. LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville. Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader. Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont. Ground Logs and Lumber in Elkader. Timber is a crop, harvest wisely. St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service. T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona. And by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction, Farmersburg. Ready to go with our first game today here on KEDR. We're bringing you game 1 of 2, as it is once again Starmont and Edco here on KEDR. Meanwhile, I want to remind you that our tournament coverage starts actually Saturday night. Baseball action will be over on KCTN FM 100. Doubleheader from Monona at 5 o'clock. Clayton Ridge Central takes on Waukon. And the 7 o'clock matchup is Postville and MFL Marmac. Again, we'll move over to KCTN FM 100 for the girls softball tournament and the boys district baseball tournament as well. Great opening here for Starmont. They had a group of kids come out as they came down the line, and they did the starters for this ball game. And then Alex Wilfong, a youngster, threw out our first pitch today.
Yeah, nice job by him. Little young guy. Threw almost a strike, it looked like, from here.
We saw him warming up in the bullpen, and we jokingly said, was he throwing out the first pitch tonight? Well, he was warming up for that.
Yeah, sure enough, he was.
All right, let's, for Edco, let's set who's up in the top of the first inning. Jack Steger, the shortstop, bats leadoff. Carter Knipper, the pitcher, bats second. Price Rochford, the first baseman, bats third. Lining up Starmont defensively, Wyatt Opitz is in left field. Jax Thomason is in center field. Milton Cushion in right field. Around the horn defensively, Caden Bumgartner at third. Nick Wilfong is at short. Hudson Popham plays second base. Elliot Francis over at first base. Jack Toll is the catcher. And Jace Thomason, the right-hander, is on the mound for Starmont. We mentioned it is senior night tonight for the Stars, and they will do that in between the ball game. And their seniors, Nick Wilfong and Jace Thomason, and every year they've been involved, this program has gotten better.
Yeah, we've seen it the last few years, just on the rise here.
Jack Stagger to lead things off here. First pitch of the ball game, and it's fired across there on the outside, misses away, and the count is 1-0. Stagger, the leading hitter for the Vikings as far as most at-bat wise this year, .482, and he pops up this pitch. It is a major league pop-up. It's in the infield. Second baseman Popham comes behind the mound, calls for it, camps underneath it, and Stagger pops out high to second base for out number 1. And you could see that ball being pushed in as Popham started out at his normal position and ended up near the mound.
Yeah, that was really coming back towards the pitcher there.
Carter Knipper now up to bat. Knipper is 15 of 51 for this season, batting .294. Knipper, by the way, just a freshman, has made good contact this year, takes the pitch a low and away, scoots by the catcher Toll, and the count is 1-0. Thomason works from the stretch to start this ball game. We'll see how long he goes in this game tonight, because this is the kind of the same situation. They're concerned about pitch count for him. Swinging through a pitch there is Knipper, and the count is a ball and a strike right now.
Yeah, you're always concerned about that as a manager, but especially the end of the season when you really have to set your pitching rotation for the playoffs.
And again, you play a couple of conference games yet tomorrow, but you figure the turnaround from Tuesday to Saturday would be okay. There's a curveball, stays upstairs, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. Didn't miss by much on that one. So 2-1 is now the count. And then, of course, it is Edco only having to play one game. 2-1 pitch, swinging through a pitch at the knees there is Knipper, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, so they've got a little more leeway with what they can do with their pitchers.
Thomason, I would not say overpowering, but a good job around the strike zone. 2-2 pitch, that is foul down the left field line. It'll make it out of play down the fence area, and it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. But he throws a good curveball, breaking pitch.
Yeah, throws a good curveball. Looks like he changes speeds well and moves it around. So, yeah, he's got some talent out there.
2 balls and 2 strikes with an out in the top of the first inning. 2-2 pitch to Knipper, bouncing ball. Third baseman, that is Baumgartner, fields it on the edge of the infield. Hops, throws it to first base there. Good stretch by Francis. Knipper bounces out to third for what is out number 2. And Baumgartner looked like he little problem picking it up right away.
Yeah, I don't know if he maybe couldn't get it out of his glove or what the deal was there, but made the play. Good strong throw to first and got the out. Not by a lot. Good hustle there by Knipper.
Price Rochford up to bat. Rochford, a senior. Again, he's only had 19 at-bats this year. That includes a double, 11 of 19, but he has a chance to put it out even with the wind blowing in tonight. Takes the pitch outside. The count is 1-0. And you'll have to see for the Vikings how he comes out of this ball game hitting-wise. And you hope to have his bat in the lineup in the postseason. Breaking ball, and here's a high fly ball down the left field line. That ball is hooking, and it is going to be foul. It would have been gone, but the wind helped push it that way, and the count goes to a ball and a strike.
Yeah, you talked about how he can hit it out even with this wind, and he just showed us, because that was not even close to staying in the park, just a little bit foul.
Rochford, I should say, started to get down the first base line and turned away. Fouls this one up against the backstop. The count is 1-2. The one thing about Rochford you're going to realize is he doesn't get cheated on any cut.
No, he can hit the ball hard.
Got that short, compact, quick swing. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. So let's see what Francis offers up here. 1-2 pitch, swinging right through it is Rochford as Thomason actually wins the battle. First strikeout recorded there by Thomason, and the Vikings go down in order in the top of the first inning. We've played 1/2 inning. Again, our score, Edco 0, Starmont coming up to bat.
Top Gun.
The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve us all in between.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Waukon.
So we go to the bottom of the first inning. Starmont's retiring Edco in order in the top of the first. For the Stars, Milton Cushion, Jack Toll, Wyatt Opitz to lead things off here. That's the top of the lineup for Starmont in the bottom of the first. Let's line up Edco defensively. Mark Perrin-Jacket is in left field. Dace Arthur is in second. Connor Ball's in right field. Around the horn defensively, Brady Tyne in third. Jack Steger at short. Tellen Mormon is at second base. Price Rochford over there at first base. Keegan Stelkin is the catcher. And Carter Knipper, the right-hander, on the mound for the Vikings to start this ball game out. Milton Cushion, right-handed leadoff hitter, set to lead off, 14 of 46 on the season, including 6 doubles. Takes the first pitch. It's a breaking ball outside, and the count is 1-0. It is evident that you're going to have to bring the ball down in this game tonight.
Yeah, umpire's just not giving that high strike.
And 1-0 pitch to, again, Cushion. Takes it low, and the count goes to 2-0. So a good crowd on hand behind home plate in the shade area. Looks like lots of folks in that area. We've got a couple of people hanging out on the right field line with us. 2-0 the count to Cushion, taking all the way. It's a strike, and again, the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike, and it'll be the right-hander Knipper who will work actually from the normal wind-up position. And this time, pitch goes inside and Cushion hit by the pitch. So on 2-1, Cushion wears it on the back, and the leadoff runner on for the Stars here on the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and this is what you don't want if you're Edco. You know, you can't give, again, those free passes, and there's another example.
And we talked about the walks, but hit by pitches figure into that. By the way, they have hit 24 batters. Actually, this season, I should say, they have actually hit 36 batters. It is Starmont that's actually hit 24 batters. So Jack Toll up to bat, the catcher, with a runner at first base in Cushion to lead things off. This will allow Knipper to work from the stretch. Let's see how aggressive the Stars on the base paths. They are off and running. The pitch is high. The throw down to second base. It one hops. The shortstop Stagger covering the bag, and Cushion swipes it to move into scoring position. Cushion is 12 for 12 stolen base-wise this season. Starmont as a team has 93 steals out of 101 attempts, so they're going to run on you.
Yeah, they've got some athletes here at Starmont.
Toll took that pitch, I believe, for a ball.
I believe it was,
and
yes.
The count is 1-0. So the Stars, aggressive as we expected. They squared a bunt. Toll pulls things back, looks it outside, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Clouds moved out. We started under partly sunny skies, but the clouds moving away. There was a slight chance of rain, only about a 20% chance. A few sprinkles on the way over. That was it. And the count is, again, 2-0. Looking to lay down a bunt is Toll. It's up the first base line, fielded by the pitcher and Knipper, who looks to second base, and sliding over late to cover the bag was Mormon. Everybody is safe. So Cushion advances to third base. Toll does his job, gets down a good bunt, and was able to just beat it out there because it was the rolling over the rotation-wise there. Mormon just had a tough time getting to second.
Yeah, Mormon, I don't know if it's he holding the runner on maybe, but he couldn't quite get to first in time with Rochford charging. It was his play to cover first.
Third and first now for Starmont with nobody out. Wyatt Opitz is up to bat, 16 of 53. They send the runner immediately. Toll from second base, and the catcher Stelkin will just eat it. And Toll moves into scoring position. So now second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Stars looking to grab an early lead. Opitz, the 3-hitter, has 13 RBIs on the season. He has 2 in scoring position here. Takes the second pitch outside, and the count goes to 2-0. So if you're the Vikings, not exactly what you're looking for to start this game right now.
No, not at all. You hit a batter, and then you just didn't quite make the play defensively. So yeah, not so great.
And the offering, taking the pitch outside, is Opitz, and the count goes to 3-0. And quickly looking back, the runner there is Stelkin, making sure everybody's close to the bag. As far as the Vikings defensively, they'll play normal depth, though the third baseman, Tyne, is holding the runner on, so he's even with the bag at third base. 3-0 is the count to Opitz. 3-0 offering, takes it low, it's outside, it is ball number 4. So they have loaded the bases in the bottom of the first inning, and they have done it without a hit.
Yeah, and this is what you can't have if you're Edco. You've got to make the other teams earn it, and they've given 3 free passes basically to this point.
And that will bring up here now the cleanup hitter in Jace Thomason, the pitcher who has a chance to help himself out. Thomason, 14 of 52, batting .269. Edco will bring the infield in. First pitch, it's low and outside, and a great effort by Stelkin to move out of the strike zone into the left-hander hitter's box behind that and just able to smother that ball.
Yeah, he kind of looked like a hockey goalie there. Good job by Stelkin.
And again, 1-0 is the count. Knipper delivers the 1-0 pitch. It is high upstairs, and the count goes to 2-0. So Knipper is falling behind here once again.
Yeah, he's having a hard time finding a strike right now. He's only thrown 2 strikes.
Bases loaded for the Stars. They do not hold the runners on, which again with the infield in makes sense. 2-0, and the 2-0 offering, and it's a fly ball down the right field line, and that ball is slicing foul by about 15 feet down the right field line. That would have easily scored 2, and it just misses the soft part of the right field area in fair territory, and it ends up being a strike with the count 2-1.
Yeah, if that would have been in the fair part of the ballpark there, I think that ball would have plugged into a little mud hole there.
So 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 offering, it is upstairs, and the count goes now to 3-1. Elliot Francis, the first baseman, is waiting on deck. Cushion is at third. Toll at second. They do not courtesy run for the catcher, and with Toll's experience, makes a lot of sense. Opitz is there at first base. And the 3-1 pitch, it is outside. It is ball number 4. So they've scored a run without a hit. A walk to Thomason, second walk of the inning. He's credited with an RBI. Cushion scores from third. Toll advances to third. Opitz to second. And it's 1-0 Starmont in the lead.
Yeah, and catcher's coming out to maybe give a little encouragement to Knipper right now.
And they meet halfway between the mound and the plate as Elliot Francis now, the first baseman, is up to bat. Francis, 14 of 49. 286, among the leaders RBI-wise for Starmont. He has 15 runs batted in. Still nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. And the bases continue to be loaded. Vikings keep the infield in. First offering to Francis, takes the pitch outside, and the count is 1-0. So behind on the count once again. Basically, out of the last 8 pitches, there's only been 2 strikes thrown by, once again, Carter Knipper.
Yeah, he's just really having trouble finding that zone right now.
And here is now the offering, and his pitch catches the corner of the outside pitch with a fastball. The count is 1-1. Going to be a little tougher for us to see the kind of the angles of the pitches tonight, but you could tell by the glove placement by Stelkin that ball caught the outside corner. So evened up with the 1-1 pitch to Francis, and he lifts a high fly ball down the left field line, giving chase his parent jacket, and that ball is going to be hitting the fence there. Is it gone? It is!
So.
It's a grand slam by Elliot Francis. The left fielder, parent jacket, put up his arms as if the ball went through the fence, but it went over the fence. And in one swing of the bat, the Stars lead 5-0.
Yeah, great piece of hitting by Francis there. Just lifts one high to left field. If you're going to hit a home run, that's the part of the field to do it in tonight with the wind blowing kind of across the field from right to left.
Elliot Francis with his first home run of the season. And that is the first hit of the inning for the Stars. And they've helped out the pitcher, Jace Thomason, by putting up 5 here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, good start for Starmont here.
The only question was going to be, would that ball stay fair? Because we saw a hit similar to that Rochford had on the top of the first that was pushed foul. But that stayed fair by a good 20 feet inside the foul pole. So back to the windup. Here is Knipper, and Nick Wilfong, the shortstop, is up to bat. Fouls that one over the Starmont dugout at the first base side. The count is 0-1. So Francis, good hitter's count, and jumped right on it.
Yeah, good job by Francis there. You haven't seen a lot of strikes, but found one he liked and put the bat to it.
And to the offering, bouncing ball, third baseman past the glove of Tyne in foul territory as he looked it. Couldn't get to it, but it was foul anyway. The count is 0-2. Knipper gets ahead here, and that's a good sign.
Yeah, first batter that he's been ahead on, so let's see if he can get an out here.
So he just kind of tried to settle into this ball game, and again, you're going to hear us talk about the youth of Edco, and that is certainly the case. I mean, Knipper's just a freshman. 0-2 pitch, fouled out of play over the backstop area. We'll do it again with a count at 0-2.
Yeah, and that youth, they can have some nerves sometimes at the start of ball games.
And this is kind of you figure a learning situation for him, right?
Yep, and every pitch will help him.
Always
his
concerned
career.
about how he responds. 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch fouled back again out of play by Wilfong. And we'll do it again with a count 0-2. Wilfong, 13 of 53 on the season, has 10 RBIs. One of those double-digit steal players for Starmont. And the count, again, remains at 0-2. Of course, we always talk about getting ahead 0-2, and what a difference that makes, right?
Oh, yeah, it's unbelievable what a difference that makes.
Yeah, anything you can set up now is open to you. So 0-2 is the count. 0-2 pitch, a slow bouncing ball. Coming off the mound is Knipper, but that ball will roll up the third base line, and it will go foul. And it is gloved there by Tyne, actually barehanded it halfway up the line. We'll do it again, the count 0-2. Little different here as far as the base paths. There's no path. It's grass. There's just the foul line on top of the grass. Clayton Ridge Central in the Garnavillo field has the same setup.
I know Postville did years ago.
Yeah.
I think they've switched back to lime now, but at one time they had this similar setup.
And I guess it's just the look. 0-2 pitch fouled out of play again by Wilfong. He's hanging out there. That was a curveball. The count is 0-2. But in a situation like that, I don't know if the base path would have helped the ball stay fair.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I bet it does stop some balls from rolling foul at times.
And the other thing, bunts would slow them down.
Yep.
0-2 pitch fouled out of play. That's going to make it near us. As Wilfong, how many pitches has he seen so far here?
Let's see.
And the count's still 0-2, by the way.
7 pitches he's seen without a ball at this point.
Yeah, so Wilfong getting his cuts in here. 0-2 is now the count. Again, nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. This is yet another game where we've seen a big first inning.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot this year.
Yeah, well, the games we've done, I think the last 3, we've had crooked numbers put up. 0-2 pitch, and it's in the dirt. One hops the catcher. Stalkin bounced about 3/4 of the way there, and that's the first ball. 1-2 is now the count. So 1-2, again, traffic going by on Highway 3. Out here at Starmont in the open where we talked about the wind, and you get some nights with the wind blowing out here. I think in a night like tonight, Francis just showed that get the ball up in the air, no matter what, it's going to go. 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2 is now the count to Wilfong.
Yeah, I think especially to left field, I think you got a chance to hit one out tonight. It's like you said, it's not blowing maybe straight in. It's more in, but right to left on the field there.
A ball and 2 strikes. 2-2 rather, I guess, as the last 2 pitches have missed. 2-2 pitch, bouncing ball foul up the first base line as giving chase was Rochford there, and they will let that fall into the foul area. Somebody from Starmont and is going to have to run out of their dugout to get the ball back before we start play. So there we go. Each team, usually it's the again, a reserve that has a helmet on and is ready to go, and he'll kind of tiptoe through the softer part of the field. And we'll go ahead with him out there anyway. Here's a curveball high, and the count goes to 3-2. What an at-bat by Wilfong right now.
He's going to try and get this pitch count up just by himself here.
Yeah, and you talk about pitch count-wise, this really adding him up to Knipper, who they're concerned about keeping on a pitch count anyway with the ball game on Saturday. So the 3-2 pitch to Wilfong swings right through it, and a hard battle won by Knipper. Strikeout number 1, and it's out number 1 here in the first as Knipper records the strikeout.
Yeah, good job by Knipper there, not getting frustrated with all those fouls that Wilfong was fouling off, and stayed with it, got his first strikeout.
Got ahead 0-2, and it was Wilfong working the count back to 3-2, but swung at a pitch, and it was a strike, higher part of the strike zone, but went after it and did not get it. So Caden Baumgartner on bat, and he lines this ball. That's into left field. That's a solid base hit. Caden Baumgartner staying back, driving the ball into left field. It is quickly brought into play by Perrin Jacket. Baumgartner this year has certainly had a pretty good average from the middle of the lineup part, as he has 13 RBIs and now has his 10th base hit of the season.
Yeah, that was a solid line shot there.
Hudson Popham is up to bat. Popham, the second baseman, the 8th batter up in the lineup here. Popham this season, as far as batting average wise, has 4 hits from the number 8 spot. And the first pitch there takes it for a called strike. The count is 0-1. This is where Starmont, with some younger kids, with Popham, and as well as, Popham is a freshman, and you have Jax Thomason as well, who is a sophomore. And they are in the 8 and 9 spots tonight. Baumgartner likely a threat to go. He is off and going. The pitch is high. The throw down from Stelkin. The tag put by the shortstop. Stagger and throwing out, trying to steal is Baumgartner. Stelkin got a good pitch to handle, made the throw on the line drive. Stagger applies the tag. Baumgartner throwing out for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, nice strong throw by Stelkin there. Just fired a strike right down to second base.
And Caden Baumgartner, by the way, was 7 of 7 steal-wise before being thrown out there. So Hudson Popham took the pitch high. The count is 1-1. Pops this one up. This is playable. First baseman Rochford comes up near the Starmont dugout, makes the play on the run for the third out of the inning. But the Stars score 5 runs. They do it on a hit. The grand slam by Francis. They leave nobody. We've played one. 5-0. Starmont in the lead. Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, living. So give your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer in both Guttenberg and Monona, a call. You can reach Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. That's 563-252-2471. They can help you and your family be good at life.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Viking Stars Baseball is brought to you in part by Evans Chiropractic, Community Insurance with offices in Edgewood and Delhi, Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Delhi, Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, Springville, and New Vienna, member FDIC and equal housing lender, Blooms Flowers Gifts and more in Edgewood, Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living, Northeast Iowa Sub Drains in Strawberry Point, and Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland. Top of the second inning, Dace Arthur, Keegan Stelkin, Brady Tyne to lead things off here with Starmont up 5-0. Arthur swings right through the first pitch. The count is 0-1. Fastball on the inside there, and the count goes to 1-1. Arthur, 10 hits, 44 at-bats, double finger-wise RBIs with 11 RBIs on the season. Count is a ball and a strike. Jace Thomason, second inning of work, fastball upstairs. Count goes to 2-1, but he's been given a 5-0 lead early, and we always talk about this. Big early lead kind of changes the way you want to throw.
Oh, yeah, makes you a lot more comfortable out there as a pitcher.
2-1 pitch, swinging through it is Arthur. The count is 2-2. Big concern for Edco is the pitches that Carter Knipper had to throw in the first inning.
Yeah, he threw 35 pitches that first inning.
2-2 pitch, it's low in the dirt, and the count goes to full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. We mentioned Thomason works exclusively from the stretch. We see more and more pitchers these days that work from the stretch exclusively. 3-2 pitch, swinging right through it is Arthur. Strikeout number 2 for Thomason, and it's out number 1 here in the second.
Yeah, good job by Thomason. They're just working quick, throwing strikes.
Keegan Stelkin is up to bat, 11 of 42 on the season. He's got a couple of doubles this year for extra base hits. It is an Edco team with not a ton of extra base hits, which, again, you kind of get because of their youth. And the first pitch, he lifts a high fly ball. This is to left field. Rolling over there is Opitz. Opitz near the foul line and drops the ball. And unable to make the play, an error charged on the play as it looked like he was going to camp underneath it and able to get to it, but just did not get to it. And it's an error charged on the play, though our officials continue to look at things. And Opitz is maybe feeling that it was on the transfer.
I think they're going to call him safe, though.
Yeah.
I was kind of blocked out by the light pole, so I missed that. But
yeah, it looked like he had it, and he dropped it. So it's an error charged on the play. Stelkin will be replaced by a courtesy runner, rather, and that will be Blake Lent. So Lent is the courtesy runner in this situation.
And Coach O'Duffer is out there asking about it.
Yeah, I think he wants the same explanation. And Opitz just kind of, at first, just kind of looked like I was trying to make a transfer on the catch. Our officials continue to talk, and I think they're just going to leave it like it is. An error charged on the play.
Yep.
And it just, like I said, it surprised you because it looked like he caught it, and then all of a sudden you see the ball kind of pop out.
Yeah, he was just loping over there. Looked like he was under it and just couldn't squeeze it, I guess.
So Brady Tyne, the third baseman, up to bat, has 4 base hits on this season and a one-out base runner here for the Vikings. So let's see if Edco can take advantage of this. Brady Tyne is the 6th spot in the Edco lineup. The runner, Lent, by the way, this is his first appearance in this ball game. As the courtesy runner, he has a stolen base, and the pitch is low, 1-0, dropped there by Toll, but stayed right in front of him. And it is 1-0 now the count.
And this is the part of the lineup where the Vikings really need to get some production out of.
And put the ball into play. Anything they can do to put the ball into play. Swinging through a fastball there is Tyne, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. Yeah, you mentioned Tyne, 4 of 29 this season. Connor Balls waits on deck, and again, you're talking about the youth in this lineup. As you got freshmen, sophomores pretty much the rest of the way. And the count is 1-1 to Brady Tyne. 1-1 pitch, bouncing ball. That's inside the third base bag. It's a base hit. So Brady Tyne with his 5th base hit of the season. Lent advances to second. There's 2 on with 1 out now for the Vikings, and Connor Balls is up to bat.
Yeah, great piece of hitting by Tyne there. Just pulled it right down the line, and Vikings are threatening.
Balls, another freshman. He has 4 hits as well on the season. So a bright spot for the Vikings, starting to get some production from their bottom of the lineup. And Balls is the number 7 hitter. And the first offering, and that pitch is low, and it's a called strike either. It caught the bottom part of the strike zone outside. The count is 0-1.
And you'd expect these young guys to get better as the season goes on. The more pitches they see, the more experience they get, the better they should hit the ball.
A ball and a strike. And the 1-1 offering, swinging right through that pitch as Balls had a good cut. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Actually, 0-2, I believe, is our count.
Yep, 0-2, yep.
Kind of tough to see the scoreboard from where we are, looking diagonally at it. 0-2 pitch, swinging at a pitch above the eyes as Balls. Couldn't get to it. Chased the high heat. Strikeout number 3 by Thomason, and it's out number 2 here in the second.
Yeah, he helped Thomason out on that one. That was plenty high.
Mac Perrinjacket up to bat. Perrinjacket has 6 hits on the season. The number 8 hitter on the lineup, still 2 on, takes the first pitch low. The count is 1-0. Thomason throws a good fastball, has a nice breaking pitch as well for the Stars, and trying to get out of some base runner situation here. 1-0 pitch, and that ball is lined and past the glove of the shortstop Wilfong into left field. Fielded by Opitz. They'll hold the runner at third in a good decision. Opitz was about 10 feet behind the infield by the time he got there. He charged it hard and threw a laser to the plate to Toll, and a late holdup of Lent at third base leaves the bases loaded now for the Vikings.
Yeah, good job by Lent running hard there, but yeah, like you said, hard hit ball. Good job by the left fielder Opitz, and made a strong throw to home, so good job holding him there.
Jorge Blanco is up to bat, and this is a second leadoff hitter for the Vikings. Hits a bouncing ball. This is to the third baseman Bumgardner, who fields it, steps on the bag for the force out, and that does it for the Vikings in the top of the second inning. They leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Yes, 5-0, Starmont in the lead. Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping are proud supporters of all of our local high school sports teams. We want to wish everyone the best of luck on their season. We are here for all your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs. Give us a call at 563-245-2154. Again, that number is 563-245-2154. Thank you from Kurt and Ann at Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping, located in downtown Elkader.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard, and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Now to the bottom of the second inning, 5-0, Starmont in the lead. Jack Thomason, Milton Cushion, Jack Toll. That'll be 9-1-2 to lead things off here for Starmont in the bottom of the second inning. They scored 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning, and Elliot Francis hit the grand slam to give them the early lead.
Yeah, good. Those first 5 hitters all scored. Good job by Starmont, but Edco settled down there after those first 5 and got the next 3 out.
So to lead things off here again is Thomason, the number 9 hitter. And the first pitch takes it. It's a strike. The count is 0-1. So Jax Thomason is 9 of 50 on the season, 81 RBIs. He is the number 9 hitter, as we mentioned, for the Stars. Trying to start something here in the bottom of the second. Hits the ball at the end of the bat, and it'll go foul up the first base side. Almost looks like he fisted that foul.
Yeah, it was kind of an odd swing there, but squirted foul nonetheless, and Knipper's up 0-2 again.
By the way, our regular season coverage continues on Wednesday night, our final game on AM 1400, FM 96.7, as MFL American Central play at Dittmer Field in Elkader. And here is the offering now from Knipper, and getting a piece of it, staying alive, is Thomason, and the count again is 0-2.
This is early reminder of the Wilfong at bat here, getting ahead 0-2 and then a foul ball.
And getting ahead again is the youngster Knipper. And the count is once again 0-2, is stepping out, taking some time there was Thomason. And here is now Knipper's 0-2 pitch, and swinging right through it is Thomason. Second strikeout for Knipper, and gets the leadoff batter out here in the second inning.
Yeah, didn't require as many fouls to get that strikeout that time, so good job by Knipper.
Back to the top of the lineup with Milton Cushion. Cushion hit by a pitch, stole a base, and one of 5 Stars that scored in the first inning. And Cushion, the leadoff hitter, up to bat here with 1 out in the second inning. Takes the pitch, fastball backs away from that one, ducked away, and takes it high. The count is 1-0.
Yeah, he wore one the first inning, almost wore one again there.
So since the grand slam, Knipper just seems to have settled down.
Yeah, and sometimes a young kid just has a little nerves to start the game.
0-1 pitch, takes it outside. It's a ball and a strike. Is it actually 2-0?
Yes.
2-0. So the first pitch missed outside.
Yes.
I was writing it down wrong in my score sheet. 2-0 is now the count. So he falls behind on the leadoff hitter. And Knipper delivers now the 2-0 pitch. It's outside, and the count now goes to 3-0. Well, we spoke too soon.
Yeah.
Talking about how Knipper had retired 4 in a row since that grand slam. Did give up a hit, but that runner was thrown out trying to steal.
And he had been throwing a lot more strikes, but now 3 straight balls to the leadoff
Which,
hitter.
again, that's exactly what Coach Hammond looking to see. And the 3-0 pitch takes it outside. It is ball number 4. That'll be the third walk issued by Knipper. And you've put the leadoff runner, or leadoff hitter on here with 1 out in the second inning. Jack Toll is up to bat, the catcher. Toll, sacrifice bunt, credited with a sacrifice, though he was safe at first base on a misplay by Edco defensively. You know, we talk about this as a young team. It can be tough for if your pitcher doesn't get ahead and throw strikes. It's tough there on the defense. They start to kind of lull a little bit. Stepping off the mound is Knipper. Back in sliding without a throw at first base is Cushion. Kind of puts them on their heels a bit.
Yeah, as a fielder, you like it when the pitcher works quick.
And the offering, off and running, by the way, is Cushion. Got a great jump. The head first slide, the throw in front of the bag. Glove there by Stagger nicely, but Cushion able to steal that. His second steal of the ball game, his 13th steal of the season, and a runner in scoring position for the Stars.
Yeah, that was a good throw by Stelkin, but Cushion with a nice jump and showing good speed there as well.
Toll took that pitch outside, and the count is 1-0. You see Rochford in at first base, a couple of steps in on the grass. Pitch is high. Count should go to 2-0 now, I believe. I believe that first pitch was a ball outside.
Yeah, I believe it's 2-0.
That's the only bad thing about not us being around the plate area, is tough to see kind of the umpire, and actually after every pitch, not even letting us know what the balls and strikes are.
Yeah, he's very subtle with his balls and strikes for sure.
2-0 the count. 2-0 offering, curveball outside, and the count goes to 3-0. So the top of the lineup here for the Stars. They did all the damage in the first inning, looking to add on to a 5-0 lead here in the second. And Toll awaits the 3-0 pitch as a junior. Probably has the green light, don't you think?
I would think.
Well, I say that, and he squares to bunt. Just bluffing. He pulls things back. He was taken all the way, and he walks. The pitch was outside. Fourth walk issued by Knipper, and there's runners on second and first with 1 out, and Wyatt Opitz is up to bat.
Yeah, 8 straight balls by Knipper there after throwing quite a few strikes to the bottom of the lineup.
And that's likely why Toll was taken 3-0 there, right?
Yep. When you see that many balls in a row, see if you make him throw a strike, see if he can throw one.
Second and first for Opitz, who walked, as we mentioned. He walked in a similar situation with runners on second and first. He walked in the first inning to load the bases. Offering from Knipper, it's a fastball high, and the count is 1-0. So now you'll have to see, as far as Edco, pitch-wise, how deep they'll go with Knipper. I think they'd love to get him through the second inning at least.
Yeah, I think Coach Hammond would love it if he could at least get out of this inning.
2-0 is the count. Knipper from the stretch, long look, 3 times back at second base, 2-0 pitch, off and running, trying to steal third is Cushion. The ball gets by, it's into left field. Cushion will get up and he'll race home. Advancing to second base is Toll on the throw. It'll go as an air charge on the play as it got by Tyne. Stars stay aggressive on the base paths and steal themselves a run.
Yeah, good job by Cushion again, showing his speed there. Great jump, and I think even if that throw was on line, I think Cushion probably beats the throw there.
And the air charged on the play there on an errant throw from the catcher. Wyatt Opitz took that pitch for a ball, and the count is 2-0. Stelkin just kind of didn't get that throw all the way to the bag like he wanted to.
Yeah, a little wide of the bag there.
And still Toll in scoring position, pitch outside, and the count goes to 3-0. And again, it was Opitz who was looking to square the bunt but pulls things back.
And I bet he's taken here. We've seen 11 straight balls now.
And again, the count is 3-0. So from the stretch, Knipper in a jam. 3-0 pitch, taking all the way, is going to be Opitz. It is ball number 4, the 5th walk issued once again by the pitcher Knipper, and that brings up here Jace Thomason, the pitcher, who walked in and drove in a run last time.
Yeah, Knipper just really struggling with his control right now, especially at the top of the order. It seemed like to the bottom of the order he was throwing a lot of strikes, but to the top of the order, a lot of balls.
So once again, it is a chance for Starmont. Bases loaded, actually second and first, and that pitch taking is a strike as they go with a double steal. Actually, there was only runners on second and first, but Toll and Opitz do a double steal. They move over to second and third as Jace Thomason took that for a pitch. I was thinking the bases were loaded.
Nope. Yeah, now I don't know. You probably don't. I don't think you put him on when you're down 5, but first base is open here.
And they look to steal home, and it's a suicide squeeze, but the bunt is missed. It's actually fouled off there by Thomason. So our umpire quickly raised the hands behind the plate, and the Stars trying to suicide squeeze with Toll running in from third.
Yeah, just probably trying to work on some things there. You know, you may need that down the line in the tournaments or whatever. I don't know that you need it right now, but it's good to work on that in a live situation.
And the 1-1 pitch fouled back there by Thomason. I believe the count is a ball and 2 strikes now. So still 1 out here as they got the leadoff hitter Thomason on a strikeout, but 3 in a row have reached for Starmont, and they have all reached there by walks. Starmont has 1 hit in this game right now.
Yeah, 1 hit. It was a big one, but just that 1 hit.
6 runs on 1 hit. And to the offering, curveball, bouncing ball, third baseman able to knock it down his time. He recovers the throw to first, and it is not in time. An air charge down the drop. Scoring from third is Toll. Opitz waited for the throw to go across the diamond. He advances to third. Thomason safe on the air. The inning continues. 7-0 Starmont in the lead.
Yeah, just one of them hard short hops and just Tyne not able to field it cleanly. Did a nice job staying in front, knocking it down, but Thomason with good speed beats that throw.
Elliot Francis up to bat. He hit a grand slam in the first inning to give the Stars a control of this game, and runners on the corners here. You expect Thomason to be on the move, and Francis awaits the pitch, taking all the way. Off and running is Thomason. He'll go into second base standing up as, again, the Vikings decide not to run anything third and first. Stelkin will just eat it there, and the count goes to, again, 1-0. So Knipper falls behind. 1-0 the count. Second and third with 1 out. 1-0 offering. Francis takes it outside. The count is a ball and a strike. So Francis, with the grand slam this year, has 19 RBIs on the season. He is the leader for this Starmont West Central team and has an RBI opportunity here with runners on second and third. And the 1-1 curveball popped up in the infield. Rochford in foul territory, nears the Edco dugout, makes the play on the Starmont dugout. Kind of slides on the soft spot of the field. He's all right, though, but makes the play for a big out number 2. And this time they win the battle against Francis.
Yeah, that's a big out against a really good hitter there. And a nice hustle there by Rochford. Always a little worried, you know, he's got that bad wheel, but he did a nice job staying with that, and he's all right there first.
Yeah, he just kind of looks at his cleat there to make sure that there's no mud in there, but that's kind of one of the soft areas in this field. And Nick Wilfong is up to bat. Wilfong, a strikeout victim, second and third, and the Vikings can get out of this with just allowing 2 runs. And to the offering, and a pitch in the dirt, and it scoots by Stelkin, but they'll send the runner late from third, and Opitz will score standing up. He kind of hesitated at first, but that ends up being a wild pitch, and it is now 8-0. Thomason advances to third. Opitz scores.
Yeah, Stelkin had done a really nice job blocking most of those low pitches, but that one he just couldn't get to there.
Wilfong took it for a ball. The count is 1-0. So Starmont has scored 5 in the first, 3 in the second. They lead right now at 8-0. And still a runner at third base here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Knipper delivers the pitch. It's a fastball, misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1. So after a 35-pitch first inning, the pitch count adding up on Knipper here as well in the second.
Yeah, we're getting close to that number again. I don't think we're quite there, but we're inching towards it.
With still Thomason being held at third, and the pitch is outside, and the count goes to 2-1. Stars sent up 8 to the plate in the first inning. Wilfong is the 7th star to bat here in the bottom of the second. 3 runs in the inning. They have done it without a hit. Only put 1 ball into play here in the third inning. A second inning, I should say. So they've scored 3 runs in that process. 2-1 pitch, it's high, no chance for the hitter Wilfong, not tempted by it, and the count goes to 3-1. For Edco, we talk about having one of those innings, and they've had 2 of those innings here.
Yeah, it's you thought they got that first batter out. You thought they might have a little bit better second inning, but it hasn't been the case.
And here is now the 3-1 pitch, fouled off late swing there, taken by Wilfong. And the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned it's senior night for Starmont. And Wilfong, one of their seniors, and as well as Jace Thomason. And good to see seniors always out, sticking it out in a lot of cases, all 5 years. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 3-2 pitch. It's high and tight inside, and Wilfong walks. That is the 6th walk issued by Knipper. It is the 4th walk of the inning, and that brings up Caden Bumgartner, the third baseman. Bumgartner singled his last at-bat, so the Stars actually do have 2 hits in this game.
Yeah, yep. That was a nice hard single, then thrown out trying to steal.
And you have, again, Thomason at third, and Wilfong is at shortstop. They did not courtesy run for Jace Thomason, I believe. I believe that's Thomason over there at third base. And at first base, again, is Wilfong. So Knipper works from the stretch to Caden Bumgartner, the number 7 hitter. And the pitch is outside. They send the runner. Wilfong will not have to slide at second base. He'll be in standing up as Stelkin again just decides to eat it there. That's when you've got some youth, it's kind of tough to work on situations like that.
Yeah, it's tough. It's there's so many different situations in baseball, softball that you got to go through, and when you're young, it's hard to get to all those.
And the offering is up high, and the count goes to 2-0. So 2-0 is the count, and the inning continues with 2 outs. 3 on the board for Starmont after scoring 5 in the first inning. And again, Baumgartner looking for a good pitch to hit with the count at 2-0. 2-0 offering, swings right through a pitch. Got a strike at the knees that time, did not get it. 2 balls and to strike the count.
Yeah, it was a nice pitch by Knipper there.
And we'll see what the count now is. He works back on the count 2-1. So I'm lining up an interview here, by the way, as we're talking on the radio. So trying to get somebody recorded back at the studio. All right, here's the count. 2-1. A bouncing ball. This to the first baseman, Rochford. He's able to get it. He'll have to race to the bag. He does there, steps on it, and that does it for the Stars in the bottom of the second inning. But they pick up 3 runs. They do it without a hit. They leave 2 in scoring position. We've now played 2. 8-0, Starmont in the lead.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact Julie Depke, agent at 205 South Main Street in Elkader, or call 563-245-2366 today.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
Viking Stars Baseball is brought to you in part by J&J Land Solutions in Edgewood, Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agent, Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Furniture Showcase in Allwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments, and Car Auto Group online at karautogroup.com. So we go to the top of the third inning, 8-0 our score. It is Starmont in the lead, Jack Stagger, Carter Knipper, Price Rochford. That'll be the top of the lineup up here for the Vikings. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error committed by Edco. And for Starmont in this ballgame, they have 8 runs. They've done it on 2 hits. And they have not committed, actually the correction, they have 1 error in this game. So both teams with an error. Stagger popped out to second, his first at-bat. He is 0 for 1. And set to lead things off against Jace Thomason in his third inning of work. First pitch there is a pitch on the outside corner. Fastball for a strike. The count is 0-1. Good pitch count so far in the first 2 innings for Jace Thomason.
Yeah, 28 pitches through 2 innings.
And the 0-1 pitch, taking it inside is Stagger. Looked to turn at first, but took it inside. And it's a ball and a strike, evened up. Softball games going on the other side of the grounds here tonight at Starmont. Edco and Starmont playing softball games. Here's a bouncing ball by Stagger. Shortstop fielding it, Wilfong. Long throw across the diamond. Good stretch by Francis, and Stagger recorded out there for out number 1. Wilfong having to go towards the 5.5 hole, but made a good relay throw to first base, and that's out number 1.
Yeah, did a really nice job on the transition there. He got that out of his glove quick and let it go quick. Didn't, pat his glove or anything like that. I think he knows Stagger's got good speed, so he got that ball over first quick.
Carter Knipper is up to bat. Knipper bounced out to third. His previous at-bat. This is the number 2 hitter for the Vikings with 1 quick out in the third inning. The offering there, it's a fastball high. The count goes to 1-0. We started a little late for our ball game tonight, but in the first 2 innings, they took about 45 minutes. And swinging through a pitch in the dirt, chasing a bad one is Knipper. The count goes to 1-1. He chased after a low curveball.
Yeah, I believe Starmont sent 8 batters both innings.
Yep, and lots of walks included in there. So the 1-1 is the count. 1-1 offering, curveball, and a nice pitch on the outside corner. Caught it there. The count is 1-2. So a nice offering there from Thomason.
Yeah, that had some really nice break in it right there. Dropped it right into the strike zone.
Ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 curveball caught. Looking there is Knipper. Strikeout number 4 by Thomason, and it's out number 2 here in the third.
Yeah, good job by Thomason, just really mixing up his pitches, finding the strike zone there.
That brings up Price Rochford, the first baseman. Rochford struck out in the first inning. That is a rare strikeout, by the way. This is a kid that I think last year, struck out a handful of times or less.
Yeah.
Takes the pitch high, and the count goes to 1-0. As a senior, the only senior on this Edco team, and again, having to play with a lot of youth. And the 1-0 pitch, let's say line shot. This is the center field, and the going back is the center fielder. That is going to be Thomason, and the ball hits the bottom of the fence. It's extra bases. Into second base, sliding in with a pop-up slide there is Rochford, who really lined it into center field. It's a 2-out double for the Vikings.
Yeah, that was a hard hit ball there. That didn't get too much higher than the fence, but a hard line shot, and I would say an easy double, but he was running hard there.
Yeah, Popham was there covering the bag, and a good job by Thomason. Jax Thomason in center field got that ball right away. He knew it was over his head. Turned in a dead sprint to get that off the bottom of the fence. So a runner in scoring position for the Vikings with 2 outs. Dace Arthur is up to bat. Arthur, a strikeout victim. First pitch there is high. The count goes to 1-0. Vikings now with their third hit. They actually have out-hit Starmont early in this game.
Yeah, and there's having Price Rochford in your lineup. What that'll do for you.
1-0 fastball is high, and the count goes to 2-0. If for Starmont, when you talk about in the tournament, that's going to be the concern for them is can they generate enough offense against some outstanding pitching? We know they've got the pitching, got good defense. 2-0 pitch, low and away. The count is 3-0. But can they score against an ace of a staff? Can they manufacture 3-4 runs if they need to?
Right. Tonight they've been helped out a little bit by Edco pitching. They've got a hit by pitch, couple walks, couple errors. But yeah, can they string together those hits?
And batting average wise, they only hit .253 as a team. There's a pitch for a strike. The count is 1-1. So again, .253 as a team. Let you know that there's been some nights where they've struggled. Here's a ball that is line fouled on the left field line. The count goes 3 balls and 2 strikes. because you know they're going to throw the ball. They're going to pitch the ball well.
Yep.
And they're going to play good defense.
Yep, they've got good speed in the outfield, good gloves all over the infield. So, yeah, defensively and pitching, they're going to be right there. Can they get those bats going?
3-2 pitch popped up in the infield. Actually, the third baseman, Bumgardner, heads to foul territory near the fence, and he makes the play just in front of the fence up the third base line, even with the bag. Arthur pops out to foul territory. For the Vikings, no runs a hit. They leave a runner in scoring position. We've played 2.5, and it's 8-0, Starmont in the lead.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Scooters Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooters Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooters Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooters Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooters Coffee in Manchester.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People's State Bank. People's State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right. 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People's State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People's State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Now in the bottom of the third inning, Starmont in control by a score of 8-0. They will send up Hudson Popham, Jax Thomason, Milton Cushion. That'll be 8, 9, and 1 to lead things off here for the Stars in the bottom of the third inning. They scored 5 in the first, 3 in the second inning, and now up to bat here in the bottom of the third. Popham popped out into foul territory to first. His last at-bat, pitch outside, the count is 1-0. Carter Knipper continues in his third inning of work now.
Yeah, 68 pitches through those first 2 innings, so he's got to try and have a more efficient inning here.
And falls behind on Popham. The 1-0 offering, it's upstairs. The count goes to 2-0. So, again, we had talked with Coach Hamann, and the plan, throw a couple of guys in this ball game tonight because as freshmen, they can only go 150 innings, or 150 pitchers, I should say, over the course of a week. And he's almost to the halfway point of that. 2-0 pitch, fouled out of play by Popham. The count goes to 2-1. So that would, in this situation, say he ends up throwing 80 in this ball game. He'd only be available for 70 in the ball game on Saturday night, if that's your plan to start him in that game.
Right. So I would almost expect this would be his last inning of work.
2-1 pitch. That ball's lined down the right field line. It is slicing, but falls just in front for a base hit, just in fair territory. Picked up by the right fielder, Balls, as Rochford gave chase, but just lined to the right place there. Popham slams it into right field for a leadoff single.
Yeah, not especially hard hit, but found some open green area and got himself a nice single there.
Jax Thomason is up to bat. Thomason, a strikeout victim, his last at-bat. The Stars, 8 of the 9 batters they have sent up in this ball game have reached base. Thomason, by the way, would be your only one that has not. And a leadoff base runner, rather, with nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. So from the stretch, Knipper delivers, and looking to bunt is, once again, Thomason lays it down, fielded by the pitcher. That is fielded there by Knipper. The throw to first, and they just get the runner at first base there in, once again, Thomason. A bang-bang play at first base, but Thomason does his job. Sacrifice bunt, fielded well by Knipper, and a runner into scoring position for the Vikings.
Yeah, good job by Thomason. Does exactly what he's asked to do there, and almost beats it out as well.
So we've seen from Starmont in this ball game aggressiveness on the base paths. See them bunting, playing ball, again, a lot of small ball, and situation here playing for some insurance in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah.
And up to bat is Milton Cushion. The leadoff hitter takes the pitch, trying to steal third, and sliding into the tag at third base is Popham, but they say he safe got in there. Just underneath the tag. It looked like the throw was there, but Popham slides in safe.
Yeah, the throw maybe handcuffed the third baseman, tying just a little bit and wasn't able to get the glove down. But, yeah, that ball got there in a hurry.
Cushion is the leadoff hitter. This is the third time he's been up to bat in the third inning. That always translates to good things. Cushion yet to have an official at bat. He has been hit by a pitch. He has walked, and he has scored 2 runs from the leadoff spot. Took that pitch for a ball, hits a bouncing ball here, foul up the third base line, and it goes to a ball and a strike. Well, we talked about it. Starmont playing small ball and aggressiveness.
Yeah, and I think, that's what they're going to have to do in the tournament. They know they're going to pitch and play defense, so they've got to find ways to score. And even though they're up 8-0 now, these are good situations for them to rely on later in the tournament.
1-1 pitch, breaking ball that stays high. 2-1 is the count to Cushion. Yeah, again, that's what we're talking about. They just need to manufacture runs. Just if they can somehow put together 3-4 runs in a ball game, you just figure that they're going to be right in there and have every opportunity to win.
Absolutely.
And 2-1 is the count now to Cushion. 2-1 offering. He lines that ball up the middle. It's a base hit. Scoring from third is Popham. Cushion reaches base for the third straight time with a base hit and an RBI. It is 9-0 Stars in the lead.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Cushion. Just right back up the middle. Gets himself a single and an RBI right there.
So Jack Toll is up to bat. The top 4 hitters from Starmont have yet to be recorded out in this game. And Jack Toll, sacrifice bunt, walked. He has scored twice. And at first base is Cushion, who you figure is going to go. He already has 2 stolen bases. He's off and running on the first pitch, and they play hit and run. It is a pop-up, playable by the third baseman Tyne, drifts into foul territory, makes the play, heads up base running by Cushion. He hustles back to first base to avoid being doubled up. But they went hit and run. Toll pops up into foul territory. Tyne makes the play for out number 2.
Yeah, Cushion was off and running there, and if that ball would have been a hit, he's at third at least on that.
And that is the first time that they have recorded one of the top 4 batters out in this game. Wyatt Opitz is up to bat, the number 3 hitter. He has walked twice, and he has scored twice. The Stars have scored every inning, 1 run on the board here in the third. And the offering, and it's a ball that is lined to the shortstop. Actually, they call there, catcher, what do they call there?
Is it a balk?
That's exactly what they call it. So before the pitch, they call a balk as that ball was hit to the shortstop stagger, but the play quickly blown dead by our base umpire.
Yeah, so no hit there. Probably would have got him out of the inning, but must not have paused there on his
would have had a force at second base or a throw to first base there, but our umpire immediately pointed Cushion to second base and then sent Opitz, who was down the line and across first base, sent him back to the batter's box.
He says, you got to go try that again, son.
So he had no pitch on that, and Cushion moves into scoring position. And the offering, and Opitz pops it up, foul territory. Stelkin unable to find it. The catcher diving for it as the pitcher in foul territory, Knipper, but it's out of his reach. Stelkin just couldn't locate the ball as he turned behind the plate. Great effort by Knipper, who covered a ton of ground, just could not get to it, and it ends up being a strike.
Yeah, Stelkin just got a little turned around there, couldn't find it. And great effort, like you said, by Knipper. He almost made a sliding catch there.
And we talk about the youth, and that's a good example right there for, once again, Edco, because the pitcher has to communicate that. So you've got freshmen working with freshmen there, and that's what kind of happens.
Yeah, you gotta, as a pitcher, you got to help your catcher out there, point him in the right direction, because he's a lot closer, and he maybe could have made that play.
And Coach Hammond takes time. He's got a question as our officials get together and talk. So is he questioning whether or not Stelkin was maybe interfered with behind the plate? Is that the question?
That could be. Yeah, I wasn't really watching there, but maybe the batter bumped into him or something. I'm not sure.
And again, you've got a runner on second base with 2 outs, and they are going to call him out. So Coach Hammond wins the argument. Batter's interference. Opitz is retired. That ends up being the third out of the inning. But for the Stars, they add on 1 run, 2 hits. They leave 1. We've played now 3. And again, our score, it is 9-0. Once again, Starmont leads Edco.
The doctors and staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local baseball and softball teams and enjoy the weather and get your kids' summer checkups with Dr. Jessica Wilkie, Dr. Chase Bruner, and Dr. Daphne Hoffler. Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. Call today to schedule 539-4651.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Viking Stars Baseball is brought to you in part by Rivals Inc. Custom Gear, Screen Printing, Embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. Bacon Concrete in Postville. Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah. The Lowena Savings Bank, member FDIC. Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader. Clayton County Recycling of Monona. Myers Auto Service in Monona. TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, and by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door. Now to the top of the fourth inning, 9-0 our score. It is once again Starmont in the lead. Keegan Stelkin, Brady Tyne, counter balls to lead things off here. 5, 6, and 7 for the Vikings here in the top of the fourth inning. As it is Jace Thomason continuing his fourth inning of work. Here's a bouncing ball. By the glove of Baumgartner, tried to backhand it there, but hit too hard. It's a solid single into left field, the fourth base hit for the Vikings. Leadoff hitter on here in the fourth.
Yeah, Stelkin hit the ball hard a couple times now. Pulled that one right down the line.
And that will bring up once again now Brady Tyne. Tyne has a single in this ball game. Stelkin was safe on an error his last at-bat. There will be a courtesy runner, and again that will be Lent, who comes in as the courtesy runner. So Stelkin with a solid single. Good effort there by Baumgartner at third. And you expect the Vikings to play base to base, down as they are. Pitch in the dirt, knocked down by the catcher. Toll did a good job. Went down low for it, knocked it away in front. And the count is 1-0.
Yeah, pushed it out in front through the helmet, and he was right on top of that.
And looking back at that call, and I think that's why Stelkin maybe got kind of discombobulated to where he was at.
Yeah, that would explain why he wasn't able to get to that ball.
And the 1-0 pitch is upstairs. The count is 2-1. And again, Coach Hamann came out and our umpires got together, had a conversation, and they agreed that, yep, there was interference there. And that's how the inning comes to an end. Here's a ball that is fouled down the left field line. 2 balls and a strike. So 2-1, nearing the halfway point of this ball game, perhaps. It's 9-0. Remember, we have a 10-run rule after 5 innings. In baseball, it's still 10 after 5 and 15 after 4. 2-1 pitch, taking it low and outside, and the count goes to 3-1 to Tyne.
So yeah, we found out that softball rule changed on us this year.
Changed that right before the start of the season. 3-1, stepping off is Thomason, throws it to first base, but Lent just a couple of steps off. He slides in safe, able to get back okay. And again, 3-1 is now the count. If I'm Thomason in this situation, I'm not too worried about the runner at first base.
No, not with a 9-run lead.
And here is now the 3-1 offering. It is a fastball. It is high. It is ball number 4. So suddenly, runners on second and first, and nobody out for the Vikings here in the fourth inning. This is their best opportunity.
Yeah, they've other than the first inning, they've threatened. You know, they left the bases loaded in the second. They had that double in the third, and first and second here in the fourth.
Connor Balls now up to bat, a strikeout victim in the first inning. Second and first pitch. He looks to lay down a bunt. It's a beauty, and it's going to roll foul though up the third base line. Did a good job of getting the bunt down, but it just rolled foul about a fourth of the way up the third base line. And the count is 0-1.
Yeah, off the bat, that looked like it was going to be a great bunt, but just pushed it a little bit too far to the left there.
And you see the Vikings, again, this is a young team, so they're trying to play for, with the bottom of the lineup especially. Move the runners over here, see if you can put some things into play. 0-1 is the count. 0-1 offering, they take the pitch inside, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. Showed no signs of bunting there.
No, so you wonder maybe he was trying to bunt for a base hit even there.
1-1 is the count. 1-1 offering, looks to bunt again, but pulls things back. The count is 2-1. Crashing in from third was Francis. And Thomason kind of looked like he rushed the delivery a little bit as it was Balls squaring to bunt during the delivery. 2-1 now is the count. 2-1 pitch, bouncing ball. That's to the shortstop, Wilfong. He'll go to second base. They get one. The relay throw to first. It is not in time. Good stretch by Francis. Good hustle down the line by Balls. He's safe on the fielder's choice. Lent advances to third, but forced out at second base is Tyne for out number 2.
Yeah, good job putting it in play by Balls there. Good play by Wilfong to get that forced run at second.
And it is Parenjacket up to bat now. Mac Parenjacket. And he in this ball game, and we have a runner here at first base. We lost the runner at first base. What exactly happened there?
I'm not sure. Do we have a pinch runner maybe, or did they call him out?
So They did not turn the double play.
No, he beat the throw, but I'm not. They must have called him out.
Runner at third base. Yeah, they called him out. Here's the pitch. It's over the back. They're going to send the 8th grader Lent from the plate. Here's the throw to Thomason, and it gets by him. That'll score a run. So Lent scores from third, what ends up being a wild pitch. We have no idea what happened to the runner at first base, but now there's 2 outs, but the Vikings are on the board.
Yeah, I'm kind of perplexed as to why that runner at first got called out.
And Mac Perrinjacket took the first pitch there for a ball. So the Vikings on the board here in the top of the 4th inning. Perrinjacket, as we mentioned, singled his last at-bat, and there's a pitch in the dirt. So Thomason a little bit wilder anyway here in the 4th inning. Count goes to 1-0.
You know, Coach Hammond or his first base coach there neither argued, so I don't know. Whatever it was, they apparently didn't disagree with
Unless he missed the bag at first base.
That's possible, I guess. Yeah, I didn't notice that.
And here is the 1-0, actually 2-0 pitch outside. And is our count 3-0 now?
I believe so. That's what I've got it as.
So 3-0. Good news is for Edco, hey, bottom of the lineup putting the ball into play.
Yeah, the bottom of the lineup's doing a good job tonight.
3-0 pitch. It is high. It is inside. It is ball number 4. So that is the second walk issued by Thomason, which, by the way, both of them coming in this inning. And you have a runner on with 2 outs, and Jorge Blanco, the number 9 hitter, is up to bat with 2 outs here. We have seen runners interference in this ball game, or hitters interference. And now perhaps a missed base. Pitch in the dirt, Thomason overthrowing. The count goes to 1-0.
Yeah, a couple strange things there. He got because he definitely beat the ball there. So it's possible that he missed the bag.
Blanco safe on a fielder's choice. Pitch inside, scoots by the catcher in Toll, and that will allow Perrinjacket to advance to second base. There's another wild pitch. That's the second wild pitch of the inning. And Thomason, so solid through the first innings, falling behind here.
Yeah, kind of almost like he's losing his focus just a little bit here. Good job by Toll to come out and talk to him.
So the count is, again, at 3-0, and you mentioned good job by Toll coming out to have that conversation.
Yeah, settle him down a little bit. He was kind of cruising through those first innings and having a little trouble finding the zone here all of a sudden this inning.
So, again, runner in scoring position. This is the number 9 hitter up to bat. And once again, I'm going to double check a sign back here as the 3-0 pitch is wild. It's in the dirt, and it's away, and the runner advances to third base now here. So Thomason really struggling on the mound suddenly.
Yeah, and it's too bad whatever happened there at first base, or that might have been another run for Edco.
And again, now a chance to make it 9-2 if possible. Here is now the pitch. It is low. It should be ball number 4, and it is. So Blanco walks, runners on the corners, but you're back to the top of the lineup, one of your better hitters than Jack Steger.
Yeah, Edco's, they're not done in this 4th inning here. Yeah, you got Jack Steger up. He's definitely one of your better hitters. And Starmont wants time now to talk things over.
And that will be Coach Odeffer heading to the mound to bring in the entire infield. We wonder if you're going to see a pitching change here for Starmont. And this may be first a conversation, as it doesn't look like he's going to make a move here. But there's runners on the corners, 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. And there is action now, it looks like, in front of us down by the Starmont bullpen.
Yeah, it looks like number 12 getting a little loose in the bullpen here. He may be coming in for Thomason.
And that would be Alex Lincoln, who's starting to get warmed up there in the bullpen. Again, this is a case where you would not expect to see any regulars in this ball game. As a matter of fact, according to our stats, Lincoln yet to make a varsity appearance this year. The last stats that they have recorded. And he's getting loose in the bullpen.
Yep.
So 3rd and 1st, 2 outs rather. And for the Vikings, an unfortunate play with balls being called out at first base, so this would really be an opportunity.
Yeah, they might have another run in, or at the least, bases loaded with only 1 out at this point.
Stagger is 0 for 2, popped out to second, and bounced out to short. Pitches outside, the count is 1-0. So Thomason just seems to be quickening things up a little bit.
Yeah, everything's been low and in the dirt, so he's just having trouble finding that release point.
Yeah, so smooth through the first 3 innings. The 1-0 pitch, they send the runner to second base. They're going to throw it down, and the ball short hops, and it's bounced down there by the shortstop Wilfong, who knocked it down. But scoring from third is Perrinjacket. The Vikings end up with a delay steal from third. Blanco moves into scoring position. They steal themselves a run here in the 4th.
Yeah, good job by Edco with the delayed steal from third. Good, just finding a way to get a run in.
And here's a high pop-up hit by Stagger, heading into foul territory as Francis. He'll make the play near the first base coach's box for the third third out of the inning as Steger is retired. But the Vikings pick up 2 runs in the inning. They do it on 2 hits. They leave 1. We've played 3.5. 9-2 is our score. It is once again Starmont in the lead.
Brought to you by locally owned and operated NEAT, proudly providing high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light to businesses and homes in Northeast Iowa. NEAT also provides computer and network services as well as business phone system sales and service. For more information, visit NEITEL.com or call 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now. Edgewood Auto and Towing is an automotive repair shop, tire dealer, and 24/7 towing service. We offer full service work on all autos and semis. Our highly skilled mechanics provide quality workmanship and will get you back on the road in a timely manner. Check out our current tire rebates by calling 563-928-7333 or stopping into Edgewood Auto and Towing for complete terms and conditions.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
So we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Again, our score, it is now 9-2 after the Vikings scored 2 runs in the top of the 4th inning. It'll be Jace Thomason, Elliott Francis, Nick Wilfong to lead things off, 4, 5, and 6 in the Starmont lineup. Again, our score 9-2. Mac Perrinjacket is the new pitcher in this ballgame. Mac Perrinjacket, the new pitcher for, once again, Edco, as Carter Knipper got him through 3 innings in this ballgame, rather. I believe Knipper went to left field, but we'll just try to double check that if we can.
Yeah, my eyes aren't that good. That's a long ways away from us. So.
And hopefully it's just a situation where it was that, again, a 7-1 switch. Fastball upstairs, and he throws it down to second base, and we're ready to go in the bottom of the 4th inning. So it'll be, again, Thomason, who is 0 for 2, but he's actually 0 for 1. He's reached base in this ballgame twice. He was safe on an error and also walked and scored back in the 5-run first inning. That's when the Stars took over, putting up 5 in the bottom of the first inning, and they've been in control ever since. Continues to be action in the Starmont bullpen, and Thomason got out of it in the top of the 4th without any more damage, gave them a solid 4 innings. He stands as the winning pitcher in an opportunity. Pitch there is a ball to Thomason. 1-0 is now the count. So we'll get you a pitch count on Thomason in just a bit. 4 innings qualifies him for the win. And here is now the offering, and taking the pitch outside for a strike is Jace Thomason. And again, I believe 1 and 2 are count. That sound right?
I think I had it at 1-1, but right. I might have missed one.
A ball and a strike is the count. By the way, Perrinjacket works from the windup. And the pitch outside, the count is 1 and 2. So Perrinjacket making the appearance. This is his 5th appearance of the season. He had thrown 7 innings coming into the ball game, had given up 22 hits, walking 17 and striking out 8. Again, this is a sophomore on the mound, so another young arm out there for Edco. Pitch there, and it's a bouncing ball through the legs of the third baseman, Tyne, and the leadoff runner on here for the Stars in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hit hard, and Tyne just couldn't get to it. Leadoff runner on.
Yeah, kind of right through the wickets there, it looked like, but definitely a hard hit ball down the third base line.
Elliott Francis had a grand slam in the 1st inning. That's the big shot in this ball game. Popped out into foul territory back in the 1st. And you expect Jace Thomason to be on the run as well. Jace Thomason, by the way, is perfect steal-wise this year, 11 for 11. This will force Perrinjacket, who will now work from the stretch. And the pitch, and it's a fastball away, and the count goes to 1-0. So he falls behind, and again, I think all Coach Hammond looking for Perrinjacket here is just strikes.
Yeah, just throw some strikes. Again, the walks got him in trouble in those first 2 innings.
Runner at first base there in Thomason, and he's off and running on this pitch. They play hit and run. Swinging through the pitch is Francis. The ball dropped by Stelkin. There's no chance to make a throw down there. It's another stolen base for the Stars. They've got a runner in the scoring position here with nobody out in the 4th.
Yeah, Thomason's got pretty good speed there going first to second.
And Francis, with the wind again basically blowing in from right field tonight. Got that ball up in the air, but it wasn't pushed much foul. And he hit that for a grand slam. Takes the 1-1 pitch there. The count is 2-1. Francis, a lanky kid.
Yeah, get that big swing arc going. Use those long arms. Did a nice job of pulling that down the line.
2 balls and a strike. And Francis, again, 1 for 2 at the offering. And Francis got a piece of it, and it goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Thomason is at second base. They do not courtesy run for Thomason. He's been on base all 3 times. Toll, again, not courtesy run for either as a catcher, which I think is A-OK. Toll's a junior. Thomason's a senior.
Yep, if they're good base runners, smart kids, leave them out there.
And 2-2 is the count. Parent Jackets 2-2 pitch, swinging right through it. There is Francis. It is strikeout number 1 for Parent Jacket, and it's out number 1 here in the 4th.
Yeah, big strikeout there by Parent Jacket for that first out.
Nick Wilfong is up to bat. Wilfong is 0 for 1. Strikeout victim in the first. Walked back in the second inning. And a runner in scoring position here. Again, in this situation, there is 1 out. And let's see if they stay aggressive with Thomason trying to steal third. They look to bunt. Wilfong went after a bad pitch outside. Reached actually over across the plate. Missed it, and the count is 0-1 as he fouled it back.
Yeah, I don't know if he was trying to protect Thomason there, but definitely had to stretch for that, try and get a piece of it. And did he step on the plate as well?
Yep, he's called out. Yep, he reached over there, and our base umpires have been sharp tonight.
Yep.
Right on top of anything. Wilfong there with another basically a batter's interference as he stepped on home plate for out number 2.
And that's the danger of trying to reach over in that other side of the plate, trying to get that bunt down.
And that brings up now here Caden Baumgartner, who is 1 for 2. Baumgartner singled in the first inning, bounced out to first in the second inning. So Thomason safe on the leadoff air, and that pitch misses away. The count is 1-0. Lincoln, as we mentioned, throwing in the bullpen. For Starmont, again, they're probably going to go a little deeper because of the Alburnett doubleheader tomorrow night.
Right, they've got to save some arms for that big conference doubleheader.
And then, of course, you still have the tournament to get ready for on Saturday night. 1-0 pitch, it's called a strike there. The count is 1-1. So, obviously, the Alburnett ball games, you need to, again, worst case scenario, you win those 2 ball games. You win tonight, the 2 ball games. You're the second place team in the conference. You catch a break where if North Lynn would happen to stumble, you got a share of the conference, so they'll know more after tonight. 1-1 pitch, bouncing ball. First baseman Rochford gets it on 1 hop, races over to the bag, steps on it there, and that's the 3rd out of the inning for the Stars. No runs, no hits. They leave 1. There was 1 error committed. We now go to the top of the 5th. And again, our score 9-2, Starmont in the lead.
For generations, local farmers have trusted Freedom Bank to provide the financial backing they need to succeed. We have a long tradition of empowering success, and that continues today. We offer competitive financing options at competitive rates, whether for equipment purchases, building construction, land purchases, or operating capital. Visit one of Freedom Bank's experienced ag loan professionals in Elkader, Monona, Postville, and Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Robertson.
Viking Stars Baseball is brought to you in part by Farmers Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena. Member FDIC. LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville. Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader. Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont. Ground Logs and Lumber in Elkader. Timber is a crop, harvest wisely. St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service. T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona. And by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction, Farmersburg. So we go to the top of the 5th inning, 9-2 our score for Edco, 2 runs. They have a total of 5 hits in this ball game. They've committed 2 errors. For Starmont, they have 9 runs, 3 hits, and they've committed 1 error. Jace Thomason, the starting pitcher of this ball game, has thrown 4 innings and he's moved to left field now. They went to their bullpen. So Thomason in this ball game, 4 innings as we mentioned, allowing those 5 hits, 2 runs. Thomason in those 4 innings of work, struck out 4, and he issued 2 walks, both of them coming in the last inning. And they moved Thomason to left field. The left fielder, Wyatt Opitz, comes into the ball game, moves over actually, I should say, from left field, moves in to play third base. Pitch there is a ball to Carter Knipper. Meanwhile, Caden Baumgartner is replaced in this ball game by number 12. And the right-hander there for, once again, Starmont is going to be Alex Lincoln. And the 1-0 pitch there, I believe, missed for a ball, and the count goes to 2-0. So according to our stats, this is Lincoln's first appearance of the season. And he's up here in the 5th inning. Knipper is 0 for 2, and he lifts that ball, fly ball to left field. Thomason ranging over towards his left, gets underneath it, reaches up with the glove, and Lincoln flies out to left field. It is out number 1. This would be a younger pitcher for Starmont, which, again, for them, good news. I mean, holy cow.
Yeah, they've got arms. It looks like he's got a pretty lively arm out there, too.
Lincoln is an 8th grader, by the way.
Got some good future talent right there.
Bryce Rochford is up to bat. Rochford is 1 for 2. Strikeout victim in the first. A double in the 2nd inning. Lincoln works exclusively from the stretch and takes that pitch. It's a fastball outside. Rochford took it, and the count is 0-1. And in this situation, again, you've got a 9-2 lead, so I think you've got a little leeway here. Get the youngster out there, get him some work, and save some arms. 0-1 pitch, bouncing ball. That's to the second baseman. Unable to get to it, though, is Popham. It'll slide into right field. It's a base hit. Rochford, because the ball kind of dies out there, he'll go to second base, and he slides in with a double. So great hustle by Rochford. Never broke stride going around first base. The throw picked up there by Cushion, not in time to the shortstop, Wilfong, and a one-out base runner for the Vikings.
Yeah, that's just great base running. Senior, just experience there. He knew that the grass was going to eat that ball up. Long way for Cushion to go, and he, like you said, he never broke stride. He was sprinting to second the whole way.
So you've got a runner in scoring position, and up to bat is Dace Arthur, the center fielder. Arthur is 0 for 2. Strikeout victim in the second, popped out to third. Lincoln allows the first base runner for the Vikings, and they have out-hit Starmont in this game, 6 hits to 3. 0-1 is the count, the 0-1 offering, and that ball's roped to the center fielder. Going back and jumping up there is Wilfong. A little hop on the edge of the infield. Goes up, catches the soft line out for out number 2.
Yeah, good job by Wilfong. Just not quite, Arthur just didn't quite get enough of that ball. Almost had himself another base hit there.
Keegan Stelkin is up to bat. Stelkin is 1 for 2, safe on an air, singled and scored. So Stelkin is the catcher up to bat, runner in scoring position with Rochford. Again, anything to the outfield, Rochford's going to score.
Yeah, he's got good speed.
Even though it's still hampered by that ankle somewhat, he still has pretty darn good speed. Stelkin tried to check his swing. He went after it. They're going to appeal it to first base. Yeah, he went. And the count is 0-1. I got to be honest with you, I was surprised our home plate umpire didn't have that one.
Yeah, that was, I think it's pretty easy to tell he went on that one.
0-1 is the count. 0-1 offering. It's in the dirt, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. So 1-1 with a runner on second base. And top of the 5th inning of our ball game. Kind of a lengthy game so far. About almost an hour and a half into this one, just getting to the 5th inning.
Seen a lot of walks and balls.
Yep, fastball upstairs. Rochford, good jump off of second base, and the count goes to 2-1. And we're into the bullpens, and we're into young kids.
Yep.
Young individuals getting their start. And Lincoln, the 8th grader, just hoping to get a good inning without giving up a run, with a 9-2 lead for the Stars. Pitch there, taking a fastball strike is Stelkin. And I believe our count 2-2?
2-2. And yeah, Lincoln's done a nice job. And like you mentioned, this is a great time to get him into a varsity
has
game.
A good fastball for an 8th grader.
Yeah.
And obviously it's going to get nothing but better. 2-2 pitch. Swinging right through it there actually is going to be the catcher Stelkin. And he swings right through it for strikeout number 1 by, once again, Lincoln. And that does it for the Vikings in the top of the 5th. No runs a hit. They leave a runner in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Once again, our score, 9-2, Starmont in the lead.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Brown's family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Brown's family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Brown's is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
Hey sports fans, take a time out and call Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owners Brian Bugenhagen and Michael Beck, along with their staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms & Gifford Insurance Agency in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
Top Gun Customs knows that the insurance company wants you to do all the work for them. They want you to download the app, take the pictures, upload them, then they want you to accept the paltry check they think will repair your vehicle. No, no, no. Top Gun writes an accurate estimate, takes the photos, and explains the repair process to you. Let Bob and the guys take all the worries out of your repairs. Call Bob or Nancy at 563-964-9899 at Top Gun to schedule your repair today.
Now in the bottom of the fifth inning, 9-2, Starmont in the lead. Hudson, Popham, Jax Thomason, Milton Cushion. That'll be 8, 9, and 1 to lead things off here once again for the Stars, as they scored 5 in the first, 3 in the second. They scored their first 8 runs with 1 hit. They added a run on 2 hits in the third inning. Edco scored their 2 runs in the top of the fourth. But here we are approaching the later stages in the bottom of the fifth inning.
Yeah, just too many walks and errors for Edco tonight.
And once again, to lead things off here is Popham. You'll get a chance to go to the top of the lineup here for the Stars. That'll be their 4th time through the lineup. Meanwhile, Mac Perrinjacket in his 2nd inning of relief. First pitch there is low and outside. The count is 1-0. But I would say he had a pretty good first inning of work in the 4th inning.
Yeah, very efficient as well through only 13 pitches.
And falls behind on the leadoff batter Popham here in the 5th. And he works exclusively from the windup. He'll work out of the stretch, obviously, when there's hitters on, but it's good to see a young pitcher still able to do that. 1-0 pitch outside, count goes to 2-0.
Yeah, it seems like the Edco pitchers have been working out of the windup with no one on, whereas the Starmont guys, they're out of the stretch all the time.
And again, like I said, we've just seen more and more teams doing that.
Yeah.
And 2-0 is the count. 2-0 offering and taking a pitch for a strike at the knees is Popham. The count is 2-1. And part of that is that's how they've been taught to throw. They're coming to high school like that.
I was going to say, is the advantage of that just less teaching, less time you need to spend on that? Or
probably.
Yeah.
And 2-1 is the count to Popham. 2-1 pitch. It's low in the dirt. Count goes to 3-1. But yeah, I mean, you want them to be able to throw out of the windup there, because in a lot of cases you can get more push behind working out of the windup.
Right. I would think that would be something you'd want to teach your pitchers.
Yeah, ideal. And obviously you have to teach them to learn how to throw out of the stretch as well. But again, takes some work.
Yep, and there's a lot of things to teach in baseball, that's for sure. So
3 balls and a strike, and the 3-1 offering, and taking it inside and high is Popham, the leadoff runner on in the bottom of the 5th inning. They have issued the first walk there from Perrinjacket, but now the Stars have walked 7 times in this ball game. And we talked about for Edco, that's about what they average walks per game, and it's going to hurt you.
Yeah, we've seen that. Just too many walks. Starmont hasn't killed them with hits. They had obviously the big hit, the home run, the grand slam, but other than that, it's just been way too many walks.
Jax Thomason is up to bat, the number 9 hitter, and a pitch that bounces in the dirt, but Stelkin did a great job of taking the ball really off the face mask. Now he throws it back to the pitcher, and it ends up throwing it over his head, but it's backed up by Mormon, the second baseman. But a great job by Stelkin. If he couldn't use the glove, couldn't use the equipment, he had to use the top of the head.
Yeah, I think he did block that with his helmet.
So he did use some of the equipment, and Popham stayed at first base. Stars haven't been thrown out, actually had 1 runner thrown out trying to steal. That was back in the first inning. They do not run here. Fastball upstairs. Count goes to 2-0 to Thomason. You don't want to let the 8 and 9 hitters get on base without putting the ball into play, because then you're going to roll over to the top of the lineup. And that top of the lineup has scored, the top 3 hitters have scored 6 runs.
Yeah, Cushion's been on every time, I think.
And so has, as well, Thomason, the cleanup hitter. They snapped back to first base, but again, he stepped off, threw it to first base. Rochford's tag, not nearly in time, as Popham able to dive back into first base. Coach Odeffer, third base line, continues to give the signs. Every pitch, always something to keep an eye on there. And again, here is the pitch. He's off and running. They go hit and run. Swinging right through it is Thomason. Sliding in with a head-first slide. Safe into second base as Popham. Stolen base into scoring position. Steiger did a nice job coming in front of the bag to catch it and tried to swipe. But Popham had it stolen and a runner into scoring position.
Yeah, decent throw by Stelkin there, and good job by Steiger. Just better speed by Popham in that one.
And Popham, stolen base-wise this year, is now 10 of 11. So Starmont has put themselves over 100 steals on the season in this game tonight. 1-1 is still the count to Jax Thomason. Game in which we've seen 2 hitter interference calls and also apparently a missed play at first base. And now Coach Hamann takes time for Edco, and he's going to bring in the entire infield in this situation. So Jacket takes a couple of steps off the mound and meets him there. And this is an interesting conversation.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this one is going to be about. Just maybe...
Oh, it was pretty quick.
Yeah, just maybe checking on Jacket's health. Maybe Coach Hamann saw him limp or grab his arm or something possibly. I don't know.
And could it be that Popham at second base was maybe there was some miscommunication about the signs with the runner on second base now?
That could be as well. Yeah, that's another thing you got to be aware of.
Because the reason why I say that is Stelkin came out there and met him, and everybody else in the infield just kind of gradually worked towards that, but it was quick and short. And the first pitch there is high. Actually, Thomason was looking 1-1. Now the count is 2-1. First pitch was a ball. He took the last pitch for a strike. 2-1's our count, correct?
I've got 3-1, but maybe I got ahead of myself.
Well, we can certainly miss a pitch somewhere there. 3 balls and a strike. They step off, throw back to second base, and the ball almost thrown away. But Mormon able, as he goes over to second base, able to reach back to his left to catch the ball.
And I think Knipper actually went to second. So I'm not sure who went to left field to take Jacket's spot out there.
All right, so perhaps Mormon's in left field. We'll try to find out in between innings. So either way, here's the pitch. Thomason, it is high, and you're right, it was 3-1. So the first 2 runners have reached back-to-back walks. Milton Cushion back to the top of the lineup up to bat here.
Yeah, now Edco's got to be a little bit careful here because 3 runs will end this game.
So Carter Knipper is actually at second base. And again, that was the last inning where they made that change. Meanwhile, Coach Hamann makes a change here. And they are going to replace Jacket now.
Yeah, I think maybe it was something with health because Coach Hamann saw something and immediately made the change there.
So there's a pitching change here with our score 9-2. Starmont in the lead. They've got runners on second and first. We'll tell you about that pitching change when we continue. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
Hi, this is Tara Fink, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Helping people bottom line is the biggest reason I chose a career in mental health. During my own struggles, it was difficult to find good support in this area. Therefore, I vowed to come back home to help meet the great need for mental health care in Northeast Iowa. I'm available for consultations at both the Walk-On and Postville Clinic locations, offering assessment, diagnosis, and medication management for all mental illnesses.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what they do at Clayton Drug, now offering free delivery of prescriptions to the Monona area. To find out more, call 563-245-2530. Clayton Drug can help you transfer your prescriptions quickly and easily to their pharmacy. Clayton Drug is committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve all in between.
So we're now here again in the bottom of the 5th inning. Substitutions as Mac Jacket checking out of this ball game. He worked in his 2nd inning of relief. He went 1 inning, allowing no hits. Responsible for the 2 runners on, walking 2 and striking out 1. Dace Arthur is the pitcher. Arthur coming in from center field now, and he will make the appearance again. Arthur, this will be his 5th appearance. He's thrown 5 innings, allowed 6 hits, actually 16 earned runs, has walked 17 and struck out 4. So all they're looking for from Arthur here is find a way to throw strikes out of the stretch.
Yeah, throw some strikes. Jacket walked those first 2 batters and may have had something going on with his arm. Now, he is still playing left field, so it can't be too serious. But,
all right, so yes, Perrin Jacket went to left field. Connor Ball's moved from right field to center field. Jorge Blanco has entered the game at right field. First pitch is inside to Cushion, and the count is 1-0. Cushion is 1 for 1. He's reached base all 3 times. He is hit by a pitch, walked, and also drove in a run. He has scored twice in this game. At second base is Popham. Thomason is at first base. And he's stepping off the mound there is going to be, once again, Arthur turns to second base, throws it to Knipper covering the bag, but back in there sliding safe is Popham on a play that was kind of close at second base.
Yeah, just keeping him honest there.
Yeah, enough to keep you there. So again, it is 1-0. They look to square to bunt, and fouling it back there is Cushion, and the count goes to 1-1. So again, the Stars trying to play small ball again.
Yeah, kind of had to reach for that one. Must not have stepped on the base that time, but definitely had to reach for it.
And a ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning. The one thing the Vikings don't want to happen here is to give up 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, because that would end this ball game by the 10-run rule. Second and first, 1-1 is the count. And here is now the 1-1 pitch. They look to square to bunt again and trying to stab at it, and stealing third in the process, by the way, is going to be Popham. Slides in safe. Missing the bunt attempt was Cushion. So it goes to 2 strikes, but Popham went off and running. The runner at first base, Thomason, did not. But Popham has his second stolen base here this inning.
Yeah, good speed by Popham there because, again, good throw. Just wasn't able to get him there.
And Cushion missing the bunt attempt there, so that puts him in a second strike situation. And now that'll likely wipe it away. Cushion, I think, would rather hit anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
It's third and first. Nobody out. Bottom of the 5th inning. And they send the runner from first. Pitch, it's outside. And Stelkin, again, the catcher, will just hold it there. And Thomason moves into scoring position. Again, the Stars, you have given them every opportunity to run in the small game. They've got 2 in scoring position, looking to add on.
Yeah, they've taken advantage on the base paths.
Cushion looking at a 2-2 count now. 2-2 offering, pitch in the dirt. Nice job by Stelkin. Again, he moved over to his right, able to knock it down. But the count is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Stelkin's done a nice job back there blocking some of those lower pitches.
The 8-9 hitters have reached for the Stars, and it's full count now to Cushion. 3-2 pitch, takes it outside. It is ball number 4. So the third walk in a row, and the bases are now loaded for Starmont. If they score all these runners from the base paths, this game would be over.
Yeah, Cushion ends up being the winning run if he's able to score there.
And they still have only 3 hits in this game. Jack Toll is 0 for 1. He has scored 2 runs, though. Sacrifice bunt, walked and scored. He also had that sacrifice after he was safe there on a missed play. He was able to score. And Toll popped out to third base, takes the first pitch for a ball. The count is 1-0. Vikings bring the infield in to Toll, the 2-hitter in the lineup. So Starmont right at the heart of the lineup where they want to be to try to get another big inning. 1-0 pitch. It is high. Count goes to 2-0. And as far as walks now, that is 9 walks issued by Viking pitchers.
Yeah, they've got to find a strike here. You can't just be giving free passes.
2-0. Let's see if Toll is taking in this situation. And the 2-0 offering, he takes it outside, and the count goes to 3-0. I like this. The ball stayed by Stelkin, but you see the hitter, Toll, communicating to his runners there. He put his hand up to say, it's not by, stay there.
Yep.
Don't see enough teams doing that. That communication piece, huge. 3-0. He bluffs like he's going to bunt, pulls things back. It is high. It is ball number 4. So that is the 4th walk issued in a row. It is a walk and an RBI for Toll as Popham scores from third. Thomason advances to third. Cushion moves over to second. It's now 10-2. Starmont in the lead.
Yeah, and that winning run is now in scoring position. A base hit might end this game.
Wyatt Opitz is 0 for 1. He walked and scored twice. And the offering from Arthur, it's a fastball that is high, and the count is 1-0. You can see our home plate umpire trying to do anything to help out Arthur right now on the mound.
Yeah, I think if it's close, he's going to give Arthur the benefit of the doubt, but just hasn't been able to find anything close to the zone.
Arthur has good pop in his fastball. 1-0 pitch, misses nope, he got that one for a strike. The count is 1-1, nearly the same location that last one missed. So 1-1, evened up is the count. Heads up base running there for Starmont with the bases loaded. You've got some experienced base runners on the path. 1-1 pitch, and taking that pitch inside is Opitz, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, it must have been inside because up and down it looked good.
The run scored by Popham is credited, by the way, to Perrin Jacket. He is still responsible for the runner at third base. 2-1 the count. 2-1 pitch. It is low and outside, and the count goes to 3-1. So Arthur with a lively arm, and this is a kid that just needs work.
Yeah, just needs that experience. Just got to find that strike zone here. Edco really struggling this inning.
3-1 is now the count. And the 3-1 pitch, and swinging and taking a ball into center field. A line shot there is going to be balls. It is caught on the run. They tag the runner from third. The throw to the plate, and he is out easily on the relay from third. Caught by balls. The line drive into center field. They sent the runner from third in Jax Thomason, throwing out at the plate for out number 2. A double play the hard way.
Great play by center field there. Connor Balls came in hard, made the play, and just threw a strike at home plate to get the runner.
And that again will now bring up James Thomason with runners staying at second and first with Cushion and Toll, but a 10-2 lead. So Thomason recorded out 8-2, and a good job there by Stelkin at the plate as well in proper position. So let's see if the Stars stay aggressive on the base pass. They do not. Pitch outside, and the count goes to 1-0. Jace Thomason is 0 for 2 in this ball game, but he's been on base 3 times. Walked and drove in a run, would later score, and was safe on 2 errors. So runners on second and first, 1-0 is the count to Thomason. 1-0 pitch called strike on the outside, and the count goes to 1-1. So Arthur seems to kind of find the rhythm a little bit.
And yeah, it just goes to show what can happen when you start throwing strikes. You know, 1 strike can get you 2 outs sometimes.
1-1 is the count. He steps off. They throw to second base, but again, as you step off, it's a tough move to get the runner at second base. Cushion slides in, but he's in there easily. As Arthur, that's something he'll continue to work on, is that pickoff move to second base. That's another tough thing to learn.
Yep, absolutely. But again, keeps him honest at second.
1-1, and the 1-1 pitch, and that ball by, once again, the left-handed hitting, once again, that is Thomason, hits it to deep left field, trying to track the ball, and it's caught there by Parenjacket back into his way near the fence for the 3rd out of the inning. So that does it for Starmont. 1 run. They do it without a hit, but they leave 2 on the base paths. We've played 5, and now our score is 10-2. It is an 8-run lead for the Stars.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Walk-On. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Walk-On.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Viking Stars Baseball is brought to you in part by Evans Chiropractic, Community Insurance with offices in Edgewood and Delhi, Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Delhi, Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, Springville, and New Vienna, member FDIC and equal housing lender, Blooms Flowers Gifts and more in Edgewood, Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living, Northeast Iowa Sub Drains in Strawberry Point, and Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland. Top of the 6th inning, 10-2 is our score. Starmont in the lead, 10 runs. They have 3 hits in this ball game. They've committed 1 error. For Edco, they have 2 runs in this ball game. They have actually 5 hits, and they have committed 2 errors in this ball game. Brady tying, Kiner balls, Mark Parenjacket to lead things off here in the top of the 6th inning. In his 2nd inning of relief is once again Alex Lincoln. And his job here just to continue to throw strikes and get outs.
Yeah, and he did a good job of that in the 5th inning.
And the Stars loaded the bases with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning and only came away with 1 on a nice throw to the plate. Connor Balls in center field on a line drive that was hit as he was able to charge in and get into that throw.
Yeah, and that always helps when you're charging in like that as well.
1-0 pitch, fastball high. The count is 2-0. Tying singled in the 1st inning and also walked. So he's been on base twice. The number 6 hitter in the lineup. Lincoln, as we mentioned, works from the stretch. He did not walk anybody in his first inning. 2-0 pitch, gets that one across for a strike there. The count is 2-1. Sun starting to set here. It's always in the eyes of the third baseman as the night goes on. Second game certainly will be played under the lights. 2-1 pitch, that pitch low and away, and that's actually ball number 4. So we missed a pitch somewhere there. But anyway, it's a leadoff walk here to start things in the 6th inning.
Yeah,
that brings up Connor Balls.
Just what Lincoln's trying to avoid here. He did a good job of that in the 5th, but gets the leadoff runner on here.
Connor Balls is 0 for 2. Strikeout victim in the 2nd, hit into a fielder's choice. 10-2 our score in the 6th inning. Fastball that is upstairs. The count is 1-0. So Lincoln got ahead on everybody in the 5th inning. A little different here in the 6th.
Yeah, looked really good in that 5th inning, but struggling to find his zone now.
And with the 1-0 pitch, and that pitch at the knees, strike there, and the count is 1-1. Our home plate umpire kind of in the shadow, along with the catcher Stelkin. That's from the light pole. But that'll be more of an effect in the 2nd game. 1-1, the 1-0 offering, and that pitch at the knees, low and away, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Bottom of the lineup here for the Vikings. Fell down 9-0 after the 3rd inning, but they've worked their way back, had some opportunities in the 4th and 5th, scored 2 in the 4th inning. Here's a curveball, bends it across nicely, 2-1. The youngster, confidence in the curveball.
Yeah, really nice curveball for an 8th grader right there.
2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. So he looks back at first base. Again, you're up by 8 runs. Take care of business. 2-2 fastball, swinging right through it there is ball. Strikeout number 2, recorded in his 2nd inning of relief by Lincoln, and it's out number 1 here on the top of the 6th.
Yeah, kind of made up for that leadoff walk there, getting that strikeout by himself.
Mac Perrinjacket is up to bat. Perrinjacket has reached base twice. The 8 and 9 hitters for Edco have reached base 4 times. Curveball misses high. The count is 1-0. Perrinjacket singled in the 2nd inning, walked and scored the 2nd run. Back in the 4th inning, Lent, the courtesy runner, scored the other run in that 4th inning. Still a runner at first base. 1-0, and the pitch, fastball swinging right through it there is Perrinjacket, and it goes to a ball and a strike.
Yeah, the bottom of their lineup has done a nice job tonight. They actually need a little bit more help from the top, which is unusual.
Yeah, that's been the case for Edco. Can they get production from their bottom of the lineup? 1-1 pitch, fastball away, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Remember, these teams have to play another game yet tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be a late night for some of these kids. At least it's summer, no school tomorrow.
And 2-1 is now the count. 2-1 offering, curveball, trying to check his swing, but whiffing through it is Perrinjacket, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. He reached down for that curveball.
Yeah, he's got a really nice curve for a young kid here. He's really keeping them off balance.
Well, he's throwing it twice with the count 2-1, so he's got confidence in it. 2-1 pitch, and that ball popped up. Calling for it is the pitcher, Lincoln. He's wisely called off by the first baseman, Francis, who comes halfway up the line, stays near the pitcher's mound, and able to camp underneath it. Perrinjacket pops out to first in fair territory, and it's out number 2 here in the 6th.
Yeah, he really had Perrinjacket out on his front foot on all those curveballs there, so good job changing speed.
And that brings up now the number 9 hitter in Jorge Blanco. Still at first base is Balls, who walked to start this inning. Actually, Brady Tyne, that is. First pitch in the dirt, the count is 1-0. But Lincoln, in his 2nd inning of relief, and again, according to our stats, his first appearance of the season tonight. Unless there were some games not put in there, which can always be the case. 1-0 pitch low, scoots by the catcher Toll. That will allow the runner Tyne to advance to second base and into scoring position for the Vikings.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they've got a lot of varsity arms, so it's very possible this is first action here, and probably one of their star JV pitchers, I would guess.
And again, what's nice is having a full JV. A lot of teams don't have that ability, but they've got a number of 8th graders. 2-0 pitch is high, and the count is 3-0. The only question would be in this ball game tonight is what kind of rope he has. If he gets into a little trouble, right now he's throwing more pitches this 2nd inning, far more than in his 1st inning of relief. 3-0 pitch, throws the curveball 3-0, hit is low, it is ball number 4. Second walk issued by Lincoln, and there's runners on 2nd and 1st with 2 outs, and Jack Steger is up to bat.
Yeah, and I think Coach O'Duffer put him in at a pretty good time, you know, with a good lead and kind of things going well for Starmont, so a good time to get him in the game.
Well, and exactly with an 8-run lead when he was brought into this ball game, knowing that you have other arms available. And the first pitch is a fastball high. But we mentioned that Thomason seemed to be overthrowing a little bit earlier, and I'd say almost the same thing now for Lincoln. Maybe a little amped up on the mound.
Yeah, lost his rhythm here a little bit from that first inning of work he had.
Stagger is 0 for 3 in this ball game, and the 1-0 curveball lifts a high fly ball. This is to right field. Going back is Cushion, able to camp underneath it, makes the play for the third out of the inning. For the Vikings, no runs, no hits. They strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 10-2 is our score. It is once again Starmont leading Edco.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet of Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Bottom of the 6th inning, 10-2 our score. Starmont leads Edco. It'll be Elliott Francis, Nick Wilfong, Caden Bumgardner to lead things off. That'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the Stars lineup. Francis had the big blast in the first inning in that grand slam, popped out to first, and a strikeout victim. He is 1 for 3. There is action again in the Starmont bullpen right in front of us, and it is number 17 starting to get loose there in Caden Bumgardner. So Bumgardner getting loose in front of us. Set to lead things off is Francis. It looks like that maybe he'll get the opportunity in the top of the 7th inning. Francis takes the pitch. It's a strike on the outside. The count is 0-1.
Yeah, either that or maybe he's pitching game 2. I don't know, but definitely getting loose here.
We will talk to our coaches very quickly in between game 1 and 2 tonight. And the 1-0 pitch inside, did it hit Francis? Yes, it did. It just caught the inside jersey. And the leadoff runner on here for, once again, the Stars.
That's the best way to get hit by a pitch right there, when it just catches your jersey.
Yeah, second Star to be hit by a pitch in this ball game. That, and they have also been the benefit of 9 walks in this game. And Nick Wilfong is up to bat. Wilfong is 0 for 2, a strikeout victim, walked in the second, and also hit by a pitch. Again, this is the 2nd inning of work for Dace Arthur. Continuing to work from the stretch, and comes to the plate, and taking the pitch high for a ball is Wilfong. So Wilfong, by the way, every Star in the lineup has reached in this ball game tonight.
That's usually a good sign for your team.
And in a lot of cases, they still only have 3 hits, so they've been the benefit of walks. They send the runner off, hit and run. It's fouled back by Wilfong, and the count goes to 1-1. We've seen Starmont try to hit and run a number of times in the ballgame. Haven't really had success with it yet, but again, they want to continue to do that.
Yeah, they're staying aggressive. They know that's probably what they're going to need to do to win down the line in some tournament games.
And with the speed they have as well, it'll allow them to maybe, again, stay out of some force-out situations. And here is now the offering from Arthur, who steps off the mound, throws to first base, but again, Francis, they're standing up at first base. So nobody out, bottom of the 6th inning. Vikings trying to push this game to a 7th inning to keep this game rolling. They send the runner Francis. The pitch is high. Here's Stelkin's throw. It bounces to the bag at second base. There's no chance for Steger to make the play, and Francis steals second base to move into scoring position. And Wilfong took it for a ball, and I believe I count 2-1 to Wilfong.
That's what I've got, yep.
So 2-1, runner into scoring position. If you are Starmont, you continue to be aggressive on the base paths because you're looking for insurance. And 2-1 is the count. And again, Wilfong, pretty good hitter, 2-1, and he fists that ball into right field. That's going to bloop in as the second baseman gives chase, and Knipper falls in front for a base hit. Francis off and running. Here comes the throw to the plate. He slides in safe. It's a base hit and an RBI. Wilfong advances to second base. He slides into the bag at second, safe. Nice slide to the outside of the bag as the tag there by Stagger certainly looked close, but able to get in there as Wilfong, a base hit and an RBI. 11-2 Stars in the lead.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Got to come up firing a home a little bit quicker if you're Blanco there in right field. Or was it Knipper that
I
got
believe it was the second baseman, Knipper, able to get the ball, rifled it to the plate, but Stelkin had to come inside the line to catch it there, and that did not give him a chance on a nice slide and good aggressive base running by Francis.
And again, you'd like to see a little bit more communication. You'd like to see the team yelling at Knipper to get that ball to home a little quicker.
Runner at second base. They throw a pickoff move, and they throw the ball into center field, but it's backed up well by Balls, and that will keep the runner there at, once again, second base. So I believe up to bat here now.
I think it's Lincoln.
Yeah. That is correct. So 1-0 is the count. And took that first pitch for a ball, and the offering to Lincoln, it's a fastball high. The count is 2-0. So we'll double check that. It is number 11, actually. Correction there. No, it's 12. That's who that is. Yep. It's again Lincoln. Why not? He entered the ball game for Bumgarner, right?
Yep.
So evened up. And a good jump off of second base. And the pitch, Francis hits a bouncing ball. Lincoln, I should say, back to the mound. The runner advances to third. It's fielded there by Arthur. The throw to first base to Rochford. And bouncing out to third base there is Lincoln. Advancing to third base is Wilfong. And the game-ending run stands over at third base with one out for the Stars.
Yeah, so, if Edco wants to go the full distance here, they cannot let that run get in.
I also have that as the first at-bat for Alex Lincoln this year. And Hudson Popham is up to bat, the number 8 hitter, with a runner at third base and one out. Popham is 1 for 2, popped out to first, singled and scored, walked and scored, takes a fastball high there. The count is 1-0. Stelkin will certainly have to be very good behind the plate to not allow a pass ball or a wild pitch in this situation. And that would end the ball game because the Stars probably looking to get out of here, I would think.
Yep.
Save them at seventh inning arm-wise. Pitch inside. It's a called strike, even though that Popham raised his arms thinking it was inside. And it's 1-1. Vikings in at first and second, somewhat in at shortstop. And the runner is being held on at third by Tyne. 1-1 pitch. Here's a bouncing ball. That's to the shortstop, Stagger. He comes to the plate. The throw, it is not in time. Beautiful head first slide into the plate by Wilfong, and the game comes to an end by the 10-run rule. So the Stars score 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. They pick up their 13th win of the season. The big blast from Elliott Francis with a grand slam in the first inning set the tone, and Starmont winning by a final score of 12-2. With the win, the Stars are 13-5, 6-3 in the conference. Edco drops to 4-15, 1-10 in the conference. We'll take a break. Game stats, coaching interviews coming up. Your post-game show is next.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Scooter's Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooter's Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooters Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooters Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooters Coffee in Manchester.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
The doctors and staff of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local baseball and softball teams and enjoy the weather and get your kids' summer checkups with Dr. Jessica Wilkie, Dr. Chase Bruner, and Dr. Daphne Hoffler. Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. Call today to schedule 539-4651.
Viking Stars Baseball is brought to you in part by J&J Land Solutions in Edgewood, Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agent, Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Furniture Showcase and Allwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments, and Car Auto Group online at karautogroup.com. In our final score, it is 12-2. Starmont victorious over Edco in 6 innings. Winning pitcher in this ball game, Jace Thomason. 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, struck out 4 in his 4 innings of work. Alex Lincoln through the final 2 innings, going those 2 innings with 1 hit, no runs, walked 2, and struck out 2. It is Knipper taking the loss. Carter Knipper went 4 innings, only allowed 3 hits. 9 runs, walked 6, and struck out 2. Mac Parenjacket went 1 inning, allowed no hits, 1 run, walked 2, and struck out 1. And it was Arthur finishing things off. He went 1/3 of an inning, gave up a hit, 2 runs, no walks, and no strikeouts in this ball game. Again, our final score is 12-2. We begin our post-game show now. We're joined by Edco baseball coach Aaron Hamann. Coach, first off here, you fall down early, 9-0, but your kids continue to battle.
They did, young team, they got to learn how to do that, and I was proud with how they battled, how they fought, but we got to find a way to push runs across the base.
Yeah, let's talk about that offensively. I mean, tonight you actually end up out hitting Starmont in this ball game. You have 6 hits. They end up actually, I think, with 4 hits in this ball game. And let's start with the return first off of Price Rochford. Good to see him hitting tonight.
Yeah, it was nice to see him hit that one pretty far. Foul, and then he hit that one off the fence. So it's nice to see that he hasn't lost a step or anything there. But we got young pitchers on the mound, and when you have freshmen throwing, they're limited a little bit more than those older guys are. And when you got a tough strike zone, it was a tight strike zone tonight. Just had a hard time finding that, and that just led to those walks and timely hits. Again, they always hurt.
Yeah, you mentioned the walks. That's been the story of this ball game. I think he had 8-9 walks given up in this ball game. Hit a couple of batters.
Well, we did, and I told them from an offensive standpoint, you have to learn if that strike zone is tight for you as a pitcher. It's got to be tight for you when you're a batter, so you just have to adjust to that. And I thought we adjusted later on to it a little bit better and a little more choosy on those pitches we chose to swing at. But early on, we were swinging at some bad pitches, and again, we just historically don't drive in runs enough, and that's just what we need to continue to work on.
A positive thing, though, bottom of the lineup, at least putting the ball into play and getting an opportunity for you.
They are. We haven't had that a lot this year. We've been kind of sketchy on the bottom half of our lineup and just kind of not sure what we're going to get, and I think we're getting a little more consistent, and putting the ball in play, being able to play a little small ball if we need to. So it's nice to see that they've come along a little bit. But again, we're so young. We're sophomores and freshmen other than Price and Jorge, the foreign exchange student. We're a young team, and we're learning. Every night we're learning. We'll learn something more tonight.
Yeah, and obviously game number 2, who do you look to throw?
We're probably going to go with Ben Piercebacher to start, and then probably Steger as a relief, and maybe Rochford. But with tournaments coming up on Saturday, we're just kind of limiting how much each of these guys have on their arm. That's why we just went a couple innings with each guy just to give them some outings so we're ready for Saturday.
All right, the other thing is, again, we talked about coming back in this ball game. You're down 9-0, but that's what you want to see out of your young team.
Yeah, and they really wanted to get another chance to bat. Didn't want to give up that run, obviously, and get 10 run, but they'll bounce back. That's the thing that I've been impressed with is their ability to bounce back. to play the game the right way, and not to give up on that, and put up some runs, and hopefully we can do a better job of that here in the second game.
All right, Coach, good luck to you game number 2, and good luck in the tournament. Hope to catch up with you guys.
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it.
Edco baseball coach Aaron Hamann talking things over there about his Viking team as they win by a final, or drop a 12-2 decision in 6 innings. Post-game show continues. We'll move right along. We're joined once again by Starmont baseball coach Vinny Odeffer. Coach, first off, great start in this ball game tonight, and Elliot Francis, first home run of the year, right?
Yep, first home run, and it was a grand slam, so that was a good one. And on senior night, so I know he was excited, so that's a pretty cool moment for him.
Obviously, the experience you guys have at the top of the lineup, I think you love the approach you guys had at the plate to start this game.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 through 9, the guys have a great approach, but yeah, the top of the lineup, we got experience, guys that have had lots of at-bats, so they know what they want, and they see that pitcher, and they can adjust to him, so they do a great job.
All right, let's talk about pitching-wise in this ball game. Jace Thomason, I think, gave you a solid 4.
Yeah, absolutely, and he always does. Senior night, so that was special for him, and, he's efficient on the mound, throws a lot of strikes, and he lets our defense play, and that's what we like, to keep them involved.
All right, you got another young arm, Alex Lincoln, his first varsity appearance tonight, right?
Yes, absolutely. Alex has done a great job. He's an 8th grader. He'll be a freshman. But great kid. He's a kid that does everything right. So he's worked really hard. So we thought, hey, what a great night for him to get in there and get some experience. And I told him, hey, he stepped up. He did a great job. So look for more from him.
All right. The other thing is what we saw to your team is you like to play a lot of small ball, aggressive on the base paths. You tried a couple of suicides, bunts in this ball game. You guys just look to generate things.
Yeah, absolutely. Try to be aggressive. I know the guys like to be aggressive, so I try to especially let them do that when we get a time that we can try some things out. So they've done a good job with it, and we figure that when it gets into the postseason, when we're playing good teams, we're going to have to find a way sometimes to generate some offense. So we're going to try to get things done and be aggressive.
And what we see from your team is you've got the pitching and you've got pretty good defense.
Yes, absolutely. I told them their defense is going to get them a long ways if they stay focused and they stay in the game. So, and we got the pitchers. We just got to stand behind them, and they can do some good things.
All right, game number 2, who do you look to throw?
We're going to start with Wyatt Opitz, but he can't throw. I told him he's got to be efficient because he can't have too many. We got Al Burnett tomorrow, so we're going to keep him, and we'll go by. We'll throw some different arms tonight after him as well, so some younger arms.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you in game number 2. Hope to catch up with you guys in the postseason. Good luck.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yes, Starmont baseball coach Vinny Odeffer talking things over about his Stars team, victorious 12-2 in 6 innings. Quick break. Back with the totals, and we'll wrap things up after this.
Edgewood Auto and Towing is an automotive repair shop, tire dealer, and 24/7 towing service. We offer full service work on all autos and semis. Our highly skilled mechanics provide quality workmanship and will get you back on the road in a timely manner. Check out our current tire rebates by calling 563-928-7333 or stopping in to Edgewood Auto and Towing for complete terms and conditions.
Viking Stars Baseball is brought to you in part by Rivals Inc. Custom Gear, Screen Printing, Embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. Bacon Concrete in Postville. Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah. The Lowena Savings Bank, member FDIC. Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader. Clayton County Recycling of Monona. Myers Auto Service in Monona. TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, and by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door. Final score 12-2. Starmont victorious over Edco in 6 innings in this ball game. Let's go through the individual totals. For Starmont, Milton Cushion 1-for-1, scored 2 runs, drove in a run. Jack Toll 0-for-1, but scored 2 runs, also drove in a run. Wyatt Opitz 0-for-2, scored 2 runs. Jace Thomason 0-for-3 with a run scored in an RBI. Elliot Francis 1-for-3, hit the grand slam home run. He drives in 4 and scored 2 runs. Nick Wilfong 1-for-3 with an RBI. Caden Baumgartner was 1-for-3. Lincoln was 0-for-1 in this ball game. Hudson Popham was 1-for-3 with 2 runs scored in an RBI. Jax Thomason was 0-for-1 in this ball game. So again, for Starmont, they scored 12 runs in the ball game. They do it on all of 4 hits, and they committed 1 error. For Edco, they end up with 2 runs. They do it on a total of 6 hits, actually 5 hits, 2 runs on 5 hits. They committed 2 errors. Here's the individual totals for Edco. Jack Stager was 0-for-4. Carter Knipper was 0-for-3. Price Watchford 2-for-3. He had 2 doubles. Dace Arthur was 0-for-3. Keegan Stelkin 1-for-3 with a run scored. Lent, the courtesy runner, scored that run. Brady Tyne was 1-for-1. Connor Ball was 0-for-3. Mac Perrin Jacket was 1-for-2 with a run scored. And Jorge Blanco was 1 for 2 in this ball game for the Vikings. Again, the winning pitcher in this game was Jay Thomason, as he went 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, struck out 4. Alex Lincoln finished up 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, walked 2, and struck out 2. Meanwhile, for Edco, Carter Knipper takes the loss, 4 innings, 3 hits, 9 runs, walked 6, struck out 2. Mac Jacket went 1 inning, no hits, 1 run, walked 2, struck out 1. Arthur finished things up, going 1/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, walking nobody, and striking out nobody. Again, Starmont wins 12-2, and we're joined by Coach Sass. Let's get your thoughts on our ball game.
Yeah, I think just too many walks for Edco. Got to throw a few more strikes. But a young team, they're learning. Every game is a learning experience for them. If you're Starmont, you're really happy with your start. You jumped on them early. That grand slam was big. Added 3 more in the second, and then just kind of added on until you could get it up to that 10-run lead.
For Starmont, again, as you look ahead for them to the postseason, again, the pitching and defense is going to be there, and they're just going to have to manufacture some runs, and they're playing like they know how to do that.
Yeah, and I think you heard Coach O'Duffer mention that. There's going to be times this postseason, if they want to make a run, they're going to have to steal bases. They're going to have to hit and run. They're going to have to get their bunts down. They're going to have to do a lot of that small ball thing. They did have the big grand slam tonight, but not a lot of extra base hits other than that.
All right, for Edco, youth, and again, they continue to learn. Again, you were down 9-0 here, and your kids continued to battle, and this is a learning process for a very young team.
Yeah, absolutely. They could have given up, but they didn't. They kept fighting. Helps to have Price Rochford back in your lineup. But a lot of learning situations for those young kids, and they kept battling, and they'll improve from this.
So again, this is our final baseball game on KEDR. Our final softball game Wednesday afternoon. MFL Marmac and Central playing in Elkader. The On Deck Show at 4:30, first pitch at 5 o'clock. Then we'll head over to KCTN FM 100 for the start of the baseball tournament on Saturday night, as we'll have the doubleheader from Monona at 5 o'clock. It is Clayton Ridge Central taking on Waukon at 7 o'clock. MFL Marmac meets Postville. Going to be a busy next couple of weeks.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun.
And we look forward to hopefully catching up with Starmont or Edco if they have some postseason success. Again, our final score, Starmont wins 12-2 in 6 innings. For Coach Mike Stass, I'm Dan Behrens. My thanks to Ty Keenan for running our studio show. For a complete recap of tonight's ball game, highlight scores, and more, go to KCTN.com, click in the Sports tab. This
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve us all in between.
Viking Stars Baseball is brought to you in part by Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena. Member FDIC. LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville. Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader. Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont. Ground Logs and Lumber in Elkader. Timber is a crop, harvest wisely. St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service. T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona. And by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction, Farmer